Yesterday, 265 athletes took on this course. Only 3 defeated the brutal gauntlet that Drew Dressel threw in front of them. Today, our top point getters from the regular season had a night to think about it. I certainly do not envy the night that they had. But we will see if any of them can defeat this first stage at the 2019 National Ninja League World Championships. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final wave of Stage 1. Alex Cunningham joined by Lucio Batista. I apologize for not checking that before we started. Lucio, have you ever in your life seen anything quite like this?
This is quite the course, Alex. I mean, we've seen, some top level ninjas yesterday competing, and just, we've seen the biggest ninja killers being Obstacle 1 and Obstacle 3, with very few people even coming close to getting through this course. So, I mean, what was it? The statistic was 126 competitors went out on Obstacle 1 yesterday?
127, just
27.
about half.
So that's a staggering number for Obstacle 1.
And that doesn't even count the names that have went out on that. Naj Richardson, Jake Murray, Perry Oosterley.
I mean, yeah, some of the best in the whole world going out on just the first obstacle. I mean, it's not to be overlooked at all. So these ninjas that are running today cannot overlook this obstacle, really need to take it into consideration. And we've seen a lot of the betas can be so different on this obstacle. We saw some people attack it yesterday, going for more of a parkour approach, some competitors taking it much slower, so it'll be interesting to see how they attack it today.
And another thing that we're completely glossing over is the difficulty of the Monstro swing.
Absolutely.
110 competitors failing that as well.
It is. It's definitely a difficult obstacle. I mean, it's basically like 2 obstacles from American Ninja Warrior combined, in that if you look at how it's rigged, it's kind of like the Spinball Wizard meets the Twist and Fly combined, and also the factor of the directional change for the dismount adds just that much more difficulty, because as you saw yesterday, a lot of competitors, when they went to grab onto those nunchucks, even if your timing is good and you grab them at the same time, if you don't put the same amount of downward force, one can just shoot right up, and it's gone, right like that.
And one thing to note about those Monstro holds that, admittedly, I have failed to mention, there are cones now that go on top of these nunchucks to prevent the athletes from what we call topping. So on nunchucks, you're not allowed to grab the top. Monstro for this season developed these cones that you put on top of the nunchucks, which makes them impossible to top.
Yep, yeah, so we call that, I think as Chris Rocheski liked to call it, no scrub finger. So that's the coin of the term, no scrub finger on the top of the nunchuck, because even just the slight use of one finger on the top of the nunchuck makes it from a solely vertical grip to a completely other grip. And we had, a couple issues with that in finals, I think, for the kids event last year. It's really difficult to see as a judge.
Right.
So now this completely eliminates that. The side of the cone is actually a different texture as well. It's a completely slippery texture. So even if an athlete did incidentally grab that side of the cone, they would pull right down back to the actual nunchuck itself. And it'd be blatantly obvious if they put their hand on top of that. So the judge would be able to really make that call pretty easily. But the obstacle in and of itself, the way it's rigged, it makes it extremely difficult for these athletes. So let's see how they do on it today. Like we said earlier, this Wave 5 has some extreme depth, right, Alex? I mean,
exactly right. Some names that jump off the page for me: Zach Day, Hunter Gerrard, even a Darren Perez, Sean Darling-Hammond, Lucas Riau, Dave Kavanaugh. I'm going to give Philip Scott a plug. Mike Ravert, Joe Capo, Kaye, Matt Van Brunt Shot, Sam O'Brien. There are so many names in this wave that could clear, but
Absolutely.
We've said that about waves 3 and 4, and we're sitting here at 3 clears right now.
I know. It's immense. I mean, we saw yesterday some of the best, some people who have immense grip strength even, and we saw, and on that third obstacle, we've seen some different techniques too, with individuals going for just one nunchuck, but what they're forgetting about is how much force is applied when you hit that one singular nunchuck. It just goes right out of your hands. We saw Murawski try it yesterday, and he has great grip strength, but just wasn't able to muster it through. But Alex, I believe, actually was able to, he saved one, he grabbed one-handed and then was able to match and made the dismount, later failing the balance. But it was an amazing save and shows it is possible to do it with one hand, but not easy.
Certainly risky.
Absolutely.
Well, we're not, thought we were about ready to get started, but let's shout out our title sponsor, DGS, Deary's Gymnastics Supply. They are the creator of all of the equipment used here at the World Championships and the real-life ninja rigs. They sell all sorts of ninja equipment, some of which will go to the top 3 males and females in the pro division. You can find them at gymsupply.com.
Also like to shout out NinjaWorks. They are our timer system for the whole event. NinjaWorks is the creator of the timing system and the software that's used throughout the NNL to track all of the data, and we thank them. The system is incredible. Using it throughout many of the gyms in the NNL really helps keep the whole thing together, easily trackable, recordable. Everything is just really well done, so big thanks to NinjaWorks for that.
Check them out at ninjaworks.com.
All right.
And I believe we are about to get ready with our first athlete, Zach Day of Bangor, Pennsylvania. He trains at VertiQuest and Freedom. An extremely strong athlete. He got to stage 3 once upon a time, came in 6th place at the 2017 World Championship. Last year, went out on a very tricky obstacle, the dip trip in stage 2.
Yeah, Zach's been pretty much a prodigy since the day he stepped into this league. Very young, he was competing very early on before, when he was still a teen in the pro division. Taking down the greats like Joe Moravsky and others, at that level, even at such a young age. So let's see how Zach does today here. I know he did have a slight tweak to his wrist a little while back. Hopefully that doesn't affect him today.
Going right for the second step. We saw some people do that. Of course, NNL rules state that you cannot specify how an obstacle must be completed, so that is
right
perfectly legal.
One. Looking good so far as he moves on to the second obstacle.
We are on to the jigsaw, and of course we've talked about this beta breaker extensively, grabbing that first rope and then maneuvering the second one. We saw that right at the beginning of wave 2.
All right, now on to the third obstacle, the Monstro swing.
Yeah, here we go. This is the moment of truth, I'm sure. Good grip, nice and high. Looks like he's matched his hands.
Keep it nice and square.
But he's got a big swing.
No.
And you can see, I could already see that second apparatus starting to shake. He was starting to shake the rig a little bit.
It is. It's difficult. I remember seeing that most notably with Barclay yesterday. She was so strong and building so much swing that the rig started moving, and the actual secondary set of handles was pushed away as she went to swing. And the timing was just off with how much power was generated on the rig. But great run there by Zach Day, getting to that ever so difficult third obstacle. Takes another big name down.
Paulina Sturp of Waltham, Massachusetts, trains at Action Athletics. Her bio says that she never stops dancing, although this is not a course to dance about, that is for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not too many people can be dancing about this course. I mean, I think maybe if we had more clears, there'd be more dancing.
Right.
But
right now, no female has beaten the third obstacle, the Monstro swing. Barclay Stockett, currently the leader in the clubhouse, getting through the jigsaw at about 20 seconds.
Yeah, she absolutely flew through that.
And Barclay was probably the closest on the Monstro swing of all the women as well.
Absolutely. She's got some tremendous power, and we've seen like some of her posts on Instagram lately, like that one movement she did at Iron Sports, just flying right up to that cannonball. I mean, that's a big move. I mean, she's just an absolute ball of power. All right, now it's Paulina about to take on the course. Let's see how she handles the first obstacle.
Oh, there's the dance.
Oh, there we go.
Lining up.
Nice.
Got the first step.
Moving right through.
Yeah, so far so good.
Looking good.
Looks like maybe people are starting to figure out these steps.
If they had enough time last night to think about it.
Certainly. I saw some people practicing in their hotel rooms with swivel chairs.
Oh, like some computer desk chairs?
Yeah.
Nice. Leave it to ninjas to use everyday common household items to train.
And
Very
Paulina's
nice.
through.
Right through.
And already just being the first obstacle is a huge accomplishment, which, I mean, seems kind of insensitive, but that's the truth. 127 people failed it yesterday.
Yeah, it can't be overlooked. Getting a little twisted up here. Going to have to rework these ropes.
Got to turn around. There we go.
Looking to get those feet on.
She's not allowed to reset onto the platform.
Looking for that hook. She gets the rope.
Got to watch for the trusses as well. They should be out of the way, but there were a couple calls on it yesterday.
There she goes, going down a little lower on the rope there to build that swing. As she makes her way. There we go.
Yeah, she's got the leg lock on the rope.
Yep. Oh,
careful.
Just slides off.
Yeah.
She came a little close to the actual trussing on the side there. It was a tough call. And then wound up slipping down off the rope at the last second.
Jack Citriglia of Leroy, Ohio. She says she has over half her body tattooed. I believe it. She's one of several strong rock climbers from Cleveland that are here today.
Yeah, I think the first comp I had went to this year in this season, I think Jack's placed in the top 3 out in, it was in Buffalo. It was an outdoor competition in Banff.
That's right.
Very interesting. It felt very similar to the actual filming of American Ninja
Right,
Warrior,
because of how late it went.
We were actually competing at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was freezing cold, and some of the obstacles had dew on them, but Jax was a beast and just crushed the course. See how she does here.
We will certainly see. Careful now. All right, now she's got the idea.
Looking good so far. Oh, we're seeing that
starting to pull back on the second step, and this is where athletes start to get into no man's land when the step starts to kick back. Although I think she has the right idea. Very good.
Yeah, and it's key to keep those feet nice. Oh!
Ah, dang it. Yep, and she knew it as well. Just out on the last step.
Yeah, it just took a little bit of a slip there. Unfortunately, that's what happens if your feet just have to be perfectly placed and nice and high to the middle of those steps. If they get too low, you run the risk of sliding off. This carpet-bonded foam is definitely slick, not easy to get a grip on, even with New Balance.
Adam Burnett from Breckenridge, New Jersey. I do not need to tell you what gym he trains at because you can see right on his shirt it's from VertiQuest.
Yeah, Adam is also known as Adam Latz, coming from his monster latissimus dorsi.
I'm not sure what that means.
Those are the muscles on the back underneath his arm. As you can
see,
they kind of look like wings if you.
Oh wow! Yeah, you're right.
He is an absolute monster. Endurance courses are his specialty.
Upper body specialist. Back, and that was a very clean run on the jigsaw. Now the Monstro swing. You can see he has a lot of support in the crowd, but look at that right hand. It is low, and that is going to cause that rig to spin.
Yeah,
and now you can already see. Oh, wait a minute.
Regripping is not an option on those. If you try to pull up on one side, it goes.
My gosh.
Can he do it? Oh, no.
Tried to save it, but ultimately, everyone who we've seen get to or try to go to one nunchuck have failed.
Just too much force. And the issue, too, is if you don't get a good grip on that initial one, you're not able to regrip because as you pull down on the other one to regrip, the apparatus goes straight up.
Here we have Jessie Lebryk, our very first female world champion. Many people's pick to win here today. And, again, we have not seen a single athlete beat the Monstro swing. Should she beat the Monstro swing, she would be in first place, and I'm not convinced that would not be clinching the World Championship.
Can't be convinced yet at this point. I mean, but we were talking about this earlier, Alex, and I mean, she's still my top pick right now based on, earlier results in the season and things from, other competitions. I think she could do this.
Well, let's see. She's on to the first step. Good start.
Looking
and
really
she's motoring through.
Oh, my goodness.
Careful,
she's absolutely beasting the first obstacle.
She knows she has to beat Barclay's time of 20 seconds through the jigsaw. She's going to be close. She might have to dismount from here.
She's a little bit taller, so she's got to watch those feet here. It's really close.
And I think she cleared with 21 seconds. That puts her in second place.
Yep, so she's got to beat
She has to beat this.
At least.
Right.
All right, if she beats us, the house is going to explode. You want to feel that energy. This is a huge moment here. She's got to get this.
This is the course at this point.
She's got a great grab right now.
That's the best grab I think we've seen of any woman so far.
Stay nice and square. Get it? Oh, no!
I wonder if she was looking just to one side because we've seen so many people today, or yesterday, I guess, grabbing that right nunchuck and then left one just slips on.
Yep, it's very difficult. The timing has to be perfect. Both hands have to grab at the exact same time. really, really difficult.
Jody Avila from Sugar Land, Texas. I don't know who he lives with, but he says he's made it to stage 2 and is not even the best ninja in his house.
His younger sons are absolute monsters. For their age, I mean, I think his one son might be 6 or maybe even younger. And I watched him at the UNA finals, and the kid is he's going to be amazing. He is absolutely super talented.
And Jody is certainly one of the biggest athletes, I would think. He's what, 6'4"?
6'6".
6'6".
Yep.
And we were talking about how the bigger athletes are at a giant disadvantage. Pardon the accidental pun. Careful now.
You can see he's using that big span of his legs.
And
oh no!
The third.
I can speak to that one. It's very difficult as a taller, heavier competitor to be going on the first obstacle. Those steps are not favored for larger individuals.
No, not at all. And I know in redemption time later today, we're going to have a lot of people trying different strategies on them to see if it would have worked. Mary Layton is from Keene, New Hampshire, trains at Ultimate Obstacles.
Oh, no, another victim of obstacle number 1. She's making quick work of it, too, at the beginning, looking really smooth.
Just a weird fall there, and we've seen most of the damage, I think, happen at that transition between the second and third steps.
Yeah, it's really tricky on that spot, too, because instead of going back and forth as we're normally used to, it's almost like a side hop to the next step, so it's a little bit tricky. And also I think people get on that second step and it's a little bit less angled.
Here's Hunter Gerrard. Twice he has made it past stage 1 in both of his appearances at the National NNL World Championship.
He's looking
he came
really
in
smooth
third
here.
in his first ever appearance at Apex NorCal, was one of only 4 out of 14 to beat the pipe slider, so he certainly knows a thing or two about beating difficult obstacles.
Oh, no. There's a yellow flag on the play.
There is a yellow flag out.
Incidental contact for sure as his back hit the bottom of that pad. It's going to be difficult to see what the review is, but obviously it didn't assist him in any way.
And he missed the jump.
Unfortunately.
Wow. I have no idea what happened there. He just never got the right nunchuck.
Yeah.
And we're going to be initiating a review, but right after, he's going to go right back to the start line to support Sarah Schobach, the one of the head coaches at Obstacle Academy up in Minnesota.
I believe, and the owner of the facility as
yes.
well, yeah.
I thought so. I didn't want to say she was the owner and then be wrong.
Yep.
She is the first mom and female to be the sole owner of a ninja gym, and she has her daughter competing, who she listed as her most inspirational ninja.
So awesome. All right, let's see how Sarah does here.
And she's off. Careful, though.
Oh,
a lot
no.
of momentum, and it just went back on her when she tried to go to the second step.
Yeah, these steps do not lock in place, and some of the ninjas make it look as such, but they do not lock when they twist. So if you jump right away without letting it sit for a second, you can spin it back the opposite direction.
Alex Cordero is one of our youngest ninjas, trains at TA Fitness. Despite having 29 points in the regular season, he qualified, I believe, on the last weekend of the season. Got to be careful that he doesn't tip that step over. The athletes are responsible for that.
Happened to me. Definitely.
It's happened to several people.
Definitely possible.
Ooh.
Looking a little shaky
Catch
here, but he's
on
getting
second
through.
step.
He's getting through.
Using a lot of time, though, and more importantly, a lot of energy,
Oh,
and he went for it as the second step was spinning back. Just a desperation move, I guess.
Next up, we have Anthony DeFranco. Anthony is the manager of Center Court Ninjas. He manages all 4 of their locations and oversees all of the Ninja Warrior programs. Most recently, just went out to the Bahamas to start doing some rigging out there. So let's see how Anthony DeFranco does. He's known for his speed.
Yeah, but this is not really a speed course.
Yeah, we have to hope to see, that he takes it back a notch.
Right.
Not wearing his signature shorts, his usual turquoise colored shorts. All right.
He's off. I know he's going to go fast on these steps. 'Cause we know, whoa, maybe not.
Interesting.
I think he's going to try to kick it over and then
There we go.
kick off. There we go.
He's figuring him out now. There it goes.
And now he's got the speed.
Oh, no.
Careful on that fourth one, and he went for the right side. It
touched.
kicked out from under him, and he hit with his other foot.
Oh, man. Another top-level ninja down on the first obstacle.
This is insane. I've never seen anything like this.
Just as he was figuring it out, too. It looked like he was going real smooth and just dips on the bottom.
Basically what Naj did last night.
Yep.
Josh Gillow from Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania, trains at Freedom Gymnastics. And he tried to reach it as the second step went away.
Looking like he's doing
back.
a 7-10 split there. What a save. That's awesome.
Up on the first step.
What a great save by Josh.
Excuse me.
Now on to Jigsaw. Going with that great beta, going through, keeping those feet up.
Careful, though. Getting a little out of place. And, that was interesting. He actually waited a couple seconds before dismounting to try to dry his hands on the rope.
Yep, very smart approach, because as we know, no chalk is allowed on this stage. So
that's correct. A couple athletes have been saying maybe these nunchucks have been a little slippery, and you can see he's really getting a cattywonker swing. We were a little worried about that on the Jigsaw, and he's going to be here for a while unless he squares up, which he's done now.
Oh!
And the nunchucks just come out from under him.
And it looked like he had good placement and good timing. He just wasn't able to hang after swinging for so long. What a great run all together by Josh Gillow.
You can see the three athletes that have cleared so far. Flip Rodriguez in the fastest time, Jesse Lucero, Andrew Horner, the others. And if stage one were to end right now, those are the only three going on to stage two. There's no top 30, top 15, top percentage, nothing. It's just those three moving on.
Just like Vegas finals rules.
Very good. Nick Forney from Houston, Texas, was a gymnast for 10 years, one of the younger ninjas that are up and coming. This is his first.
Certainly. Been seeing him on some local circuits, and he's been crushing courses.
Absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see how he does here. Let's see if he can take down this first obstacle. Tripping up a couple people already.
Certainly not a stranger to failing the first obstacle is Nick Forney, but looks like he's got a hold of this one.
Very nice.
Wow, that was super clean.
Super smooth. And I know he's got immense grip strength, so I'm really excited to see him get onto that third obstacle here.
Well, first he's got to beat the Jigsaw, which has been no gimme. 14 fails on that.
And he's through.
15 now, excuse me. And here we go. Actually using the bottoms of his feet to dry his hands.
Yeah, interesting technique.
And, oh, that's not an even grab. You can see he's got low on the right nunchuck, and that's starting to get him to swing awkwardly, but he squares up.
Oh,
no!
He almost had it.
That was the closest we've seen so far today.
Now, if you saw, he actually, you could see that his left hand had more purchase, and he grabbed and had too much force in the left, and even though the right hand grabbed, the left hand pulled down and pulled his right hand clean off. But a great run.
Janell Coppola, I hope I have the right name, but I believe she just got engaged a few days ago.
Indeed. I think I saw that on Instagram as well.
Yeah, to Mason.
Yes, right before they left on their way here, I think.
Yep. Congratulations to her.
Absolutely.
In any event, a victory, regardless of how this goes. The white light shines, and she sizes up the first step.
Very smooth.
Kicks off. Very good. We're seeing less fails on the first step. I don't think we've really seen any so far today. We saw many yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But she's having a lot of trouble with the second step, trying to go the other way.
What's important to note, too, is that the three of the steps are all angled aggressively. The second one can be a little misleading because of how nice the angle is.
Oh, great save.
They just got engaged.
On to the fourth one.
Yeah. All right. And
she's got it.
It's going to be a hard grab to reach out to. She's going to have to jump for it and then get those feet on.
Janell set up a Ninja Warrior course for children in Uganda this summer. And she's lost the second rope as I was reading that.
Got to generate some swing here.
Two choices: generate a huge swing to that second rope, or perhaps the other option, climb up the rope, try to force it.
She can unhook that rope from the top, too, and get it closer.
Oh, which is what she's done.
It's very smart.
Great pull.
You can hear some people from the crowd suggesting that beta, very smart there, instead of trying to do the swing approach and try to waste up the energy.
The problem, though, is that she's down to 30 seconds.
I know. She's going to have to move here. We saw some strong, I think one of the Aussie competitors yesterday, Celeste Dixon, was in a similar predicament, pulling off a little bit too much time on obstacle 1 and 2. Again, in no man's land here on the ropes.
But at least she has that third rope to help her now. And
Absolutely.
You can see the red light starting to flash. They only have the visual cues, and she's stuck. She's going to have to go for the dismount here.
Oh, just
and
couldn't make
in any
it.
event, whether it goes down as a timeout or a fail, just short on the jigsaw.
And just like you said earlier, Alex, we can't say that that obstacle's a gimme.
No, not at all.
Just because we've seen a number of people get through it, can't overlook any obstacle. This course is designed with that in mind. Cannot overlook anything.
I hope you know this last name better than I do. Mia Lazarowitz?
Very close. I think that's pretty close. I think earlier she was jokingly saying laser blade, but obviously that's not how you pronounce it.
From Malden, Massachusetts. She trains at Action Athletics, and she volunteer teaches English as a second language to new immigrants. In all fairness, I was left unsupervised, says her shirt. I love it.
Wow, making really quick work here. The first obstacle looking. Oh, what a save!
Oh, she got it!
She saved that.
Oh,
Feet did not touch, and she got it.
But you can see she's starting to shake, and that is worrisome.
I don't blame her after a save like that. That was impressive. Her feet just nicked the corner, and she was able to hold on. That was an incredible save.
Here goes the jigsaw. Low grab on the rope, which gets her a bigger swing, but it puts her closer to the mat.
Oh, man, looking great so far.
Yeah. That might put her in the top 5.
Absolutely, made it really fast through there. Now,
in any event, she'd
moving
be
on.
top 1 if she beats the Monstro swing.
Good grab.
Yeah, you're right. Nice and square.
Locking off pretty hard right now as she sizes up.
Jump. Oh, you know what? I think she kicked too hard at the very end there.
Absolutely. It looked like she had herself situated nicely. She wasn't like cockeyed at all. Went at it and just happened to grab the right one with too much force.
Yancey Quezada from Lyndhurst, New Jersey. He trains at VertiQuest, and he is a volunteer EMT and certainly a candidate for best dressed so far.
Oh, absolutely. Yancey wearing his traditional garb, as he's known for. Yancey also now working as a ninja coach in Westchester, New York. No stranger to ninja courses. Yancey's a very seasoned veteran here.
Certainly. He actually cleared stage 1 last year, made it all the way to the cannon crank. This
Absolutely.
Is 4th National Ninja League World Championship.
Oh, no! Just a slip up as he went to transition.
And, I think people are trying to go for the opposite side of that second step just to try to get it to spin, and it's causing it to spin on them and make them lose their grip.
But you know what, Alex, there's no shame in this game. Look at
Absolutely none.
Over 100 competitors out on the first obstacle.
Here is Christina Brock from St. Albans. I believe that's in New York.
Looking good so far. Definitely one of our taller female competitors. Looking great so far. She reaches out for that second rope.
Goes for the big
Whoa,
swing.
Really low.
Fourth rope, careful, and she skimmed with her knees.
Just too low as the knees touch.
Yeah, that is a shame.
That's why it's tricky. If you're going to go for that lower, that grab on the rope to try to build that bigger swing, you also have to factor in that you could potentially touch as you go through. And it's a taller competitor. We've seen it numerous times. John Alexis yesterday, same thing, a little bit too low. And it just really, really taxes you in that situation.
Tegan Rubal from Howell, Michigan, trains at Iron Grip, as you can see. One of their strongest competitors, so we're starting to run out of names to beat the Monstro swing. Perhaps Tegan will be the one. She did get to the Flying Spider last year.
Ooh.
Close there, but she's okay.
Nice.
And that was very clean. You can see just using about 12 seconds there on the swivel steps. If she jumps right now and goes to the platform, she'll be in the top 5. And top 5 do all get trophies this year, provided by A1 Awards. And she is on in about 26 seconds. That I should put her in the top 5. But again, as we keep saying, you can be top 1 if you beat this obstacle, and she's got it.
Nice.
Or the first one, anyway.
Nice even grab. Just got to keep square on this throw. Little cockeyed. Trying to fix a swing. Oh!
And you know what? As I'm not sure if she was going for the swing, but she lost her grip on the right nunchuck. And you can hear a huge round of applause for one of the fan favorites, Sean Darling-Hammond, sporting the Neighborhood Ninjas shirt. And this is one of the charities he works with. He actually donates every dollar that he wins to charity.
Yeah, Sean is definitely an amazing, inspirational individual, and it's exciting to see what he's going to do here. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of his training videos lately. He's been training with Sean Bryan out in that very secret training location.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it is. Could be underground bunker.
Who knows?
Is that what they're hiding in Roswell? I don't know.
For all we know, it is. That's the secret to beating stage 2, I guess.
Maybe Sean is the, oh, careful. Sean is a practicing lawyer in California.
Definitely one of the smartest people I know.
Absolutely, same here.
Looking smooth through the first obstacle. Now moving on to
If I ever get
Jigsaw.
sued, this is the first man I'm going to call.
Ooh, really low there, but he's fine. Louis giving him the thumbs up.
And
As he
I
moves
tell you
on.
what, Sean's such a fun-loving guy, but he is hyper-focused on this course.
Oh, absolutely. He's laser-focused right now. He wants to beat this, and I know he has it in him to do it, for sure. We've seen a few of the veteran ninjas actually stop to control their breathing right before they take this on. We saw Flip do it yesterday. He took a sizable break.
And he's still clear with 20 seconds left. So he's staying square, and he lost grip on one, climbs up, and careful, watch that cone. It is black. Black is no good. Oh! Wow, we have not seen that at all.
That would have been
tried to
he was trying to static
that.
That would have been amazing.
We have not seen that at all. We have not even seen anyone attempt that. And he almost got it. I wonder if more people are going to try that.
Well, I mean, I don't know Sean's wingspan personally, but knowing that was even possible, if you have a really big wingspan, I mean, that might be some new beta that was just unlocked.
Yeah. We will see, but in any event, Lucas Riau from Kingston, Massachusetts, trains at TA Fitness. And he is one of the young up-and-coming stars in this sport. Last year, beat stage 1. Mitch, the Flying Cliffs, certainly a name that could clear today. And he's motoring through these swivel steps.
Looking super smooth.
One of the quickest so far.
Trains out in TA Fitness with Dave Kavanaugh. He is definitely a beast.
I was out there on Wednesday. It's a great facility.
Absolutely. One of the only facilities in the country with a very accurate 18-foot warp wall. I know Lucas has what it takes to beat this. His grip strength is immense. Keep it nice and square. You see that lock off. He's looking really good.
Oh, and he tried to go for one.
Oh, no. And he goes down. Unfortunately for Lucas, he could have had it, but just didn't grab on that one there.
And we're going to have an obstacle stop down here for a moment as something just broke. So we're going to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors. Incidentally, Monstro Holds, the creator of the Ninja Holds and Hanging Obstacles. They supplied the holds used in the warm-up areas and special holds for the top 5 finishers in every age group. See what they have at monstro.ninja.
Absolutely. And we'd like to also thank A1 Awards, as we mentioned earlier, for making the custom Ninja trophies for this event. They're really cool. I don't know, if we gave a spotlight on them at all during the live feed earlier of the actual what the trophies look like. But for anybody at home who doesn't know, they kind of look like a little tower with a buzzer on the top. So really, really unique looking trophy.
That admittedly took me a while because I look at it and I'm like, why is there a big red thing on top? It's the buzzer.
I was like, I went over to one and I was like, please tell me that this actually works as a buzzer, because that would just be so cool.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year,
They do have light-up awards, so I don't see why that isn't out of the realm of possibility.
This is true. I guess maybe just the functionality of hooking up the LED to a button in order to make it activate. But
in any event, check them out at A1 Awards. A1awards.com. The letter A, the number 1.
So thank you to them for the awards.
And it looks like we will have Darren Perez next once that obstacle is fixed. Darren, he's from Guam. One thing you may not know about him, he was on Ninja Warrior UK and was the first person in 4 seasons to beat their cliffhanger. Got all the way to the flying bar, last obstacle of stage 3, and came in 2nd place overall.
Wow, very impressive. But as we've seen, doesn't matter what your stat sheet looks like, how good you are, how much experience you have.
Right, how many amazing ninjas have we seen go out on our 2 ninja killers on the front half of this
Absolutely.
course?
And you know what, we were jokingly saying this yesterday. I mean, we may not have Drew Dressel here competing as he is running the event, but he still found a way to win in beating down on all of us on this course, making it super difficult. I mean, he made a very hard course, an amazingly well-developed course, testing all of us to our fullest potential. And you know, it's amazing to see what everybody's doing on this course. No ninja is safe.
Right, yeah, every single obstacle meticulously designed by Drew Dressel, tested in the DGS warehouse, obviously tested Friday night when all of the obstacles were finally set up. And I don't know if he expected 134 people to fill the steps and 117 people to fill the Monstro swing, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that what's interesting is this course is very technical. It's, you know, sometimes courses can just come down to pure strength and grip, but this course is more about technique. And I think that that's so true to the nature of Drew in that he's a technical athlete. He knows technique. He knows how to analyze obstacles and figure out the most efficient way to get through them. And we're seeing that's how this course is designed. And I think we're going to see ninjas who are able to take a step back and analyze every obstacle and see those technical, you know, how can we make it through this? Like, look at the 3rd obstacle. That thing is a beast. It is the most technical obstacle I think I've ever seen in any event ever. There's so many moving parts to it. I mean, the nunchucks themselves are hard. Then you put a free spinning, swiveling 360-degree twist and fly apparatus that also has a turn for the dismount that you have to readjust your placement. I mean, it is not easy.
Yeah, and that's why we've seen less than 10% that have attempted to clear that obstacle.
Absolutely. Well, I'm really hoping that we get at least one today through it. I mean, we really need to get some more clears today to make our stage 2 and potentially 3 a good showing.
Darren is about to begin, I believe. He serves in the U.S. Coast Guard. We have some sort of stoppage requiring the NNL rep's attention. And it looks like we are about to go.
Yeah, just probably making sure we have our secondary cameras for video review active and going, making sure the battery's all loaded, as we've had a lot of close contact calls today and yesterday, and just can't leave those up to one camera to see the angle.
Here goes Darren Perez, gets the white light to go. Again, with 6 courses going all weekend, the athletes only have visual cues to know when to go. You can hear the sounds piped in. And Darren is stuck here on the 2nd step, trying to use the back. The back is red, so it is allowed.
You see this, that 2nd step is very tricky if you're on it for too long, and he's actually moving the step.
And now he's got the right idea. Careful that he doesn't tilt it over. It is on the edge of that foam mat, so pull too hard as he is.
Tip over.
But he's doing good.
And he's
very good. He's even sporting the Guam socks if you look closely.
Oh, indeed. Look at those.
A lot of good sock choices by our competitors.
Yeah, we've seen some really nice sock choices all weekend.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder, I might need to step up my sock game.
Right,
I mean, I own a pair of mustache socks. I don't know why I'm not wearing them.
Right.
What am I? I'm slipping up.
Yeah, you got to live the gimmick, Lucia.
Shh, come on.
43 seconds for Darren as he used up quite a bit of time on those steps. But, of course, if he gets this, which he did not.
He looked like he had good hand placement, but just wasn't able to hang on. But a great run all in all.
Ashley McConville was actually the first runner to run at the 2018 World Championship. This year, running all the way in 286th.
Wow.
I had to just check the updated number. Took down several competitions down in the southeast region. She, I was on the completely wrong page, I apologize. Ashley's from Northport, Florida, and she coaches Little Ninjas and did gymnastics for 12 years. You know, I had a chat with Jeff Britton on the NNL podcast. Shout out to the NNL podcast. Go listen to it at nationalninja.com. But he really believes that gymnasts are taking over this sport.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen the only other discipline I think that has, can hold any water to the gymnasts are pole vaulters, which is pretty interesting. We've seen tons of top-level ninjas in pole vaulting, or just, in general with the track and field, but most of them are pole vaulters.
We have seen an unusually high number of pole vaulters succeeding in this sport. It's very weird.
I just wonder what the muscular use that helps and aids. I mean, it's pretty obvious in gymnastics. I'm not experienced in pole vaulting, so I wouldn't know. But
just get the University of Nebraska pole vaulting team, and that's the
Whoa!
women's team.
What
Ashley, wow,
save.
yeah, an incredible save. There is a yellow flag down, though, so that will be reviewed.
Now figuring it out. Looking good so far.
She's through.
But we're still going to have to go back and check out that video review on obstacle 1, step number 2.
Almost had a great swing, and now she's going to have to climb up a little bit. And
there is a fail.
You know what? She just touched the truss, that far truss. So unfortunate. Man. And speaking of the Florida Ninjas, next up is Kaitlin Bergstrom. She is from Seminole, Florida. A lot of Florida Ninjas coming up right in a row. Ashley obviously
looks
just
like they're wearing the same pants.
Yeah, I think they are. Kaitlin, obviously. Caleb will be running just in a little bit, so he's right there at the starting block as well.
Yeah, the Bergstroms certainly have many, many strong, talented athletes in their family.
Some youth athletes, I assume?
Yeah. Well, their father as well.
Really?
Also a competitor from American Ninja Warrior, super strong. So they do not play around. And I think Danny Bergstrom, the older brother, also competed in Minnesota last year, did very well. I'm not sure if he went to Vegas finals. Definitely was in city finals.
Kaitlin on the swivel steps, motoring through. But
180 approach. Look at how fast she's
motoring through. She's trying for that top time. If she can hurry up and get to the platform, she'd be the leader in the clubhouse, but she's got to go. And she doesn't. Oh, she didn't unlock. She didn't unlock that second rope. She tried to do the beta breaker, forgot to unlock it, and that has put her in no man's land. She is not allowed to reset. So she's going to have to use that first rope to climb up, do something to try to maneuver that rope. Such an unfortunate mistake. She was motoring through and would have had one of the very top times for the women. Finally unlocks it.
Yeah, just forgot to unlock it at the beginning. If she had done that, she definitely would have had a top time. But she went so quick to the first obstacle.
This is definitely a mental course almost as much as it is a physical one.
Oh, man, just wasn't able to save it there. She got that side swing going and would have actually probably went into the truss if she had continued in that fashion.
And you can see there the females. Wow, okay, so I was completely wrong on Barkley. It was 29 seconds. Jessie Lebryk, our Season 1 champion, is the leader in the clubhouse at 21 seconds. And in second place, Tegan Rubel.
Wow. Wow, that's so far, you and I, our prediction is holding up.
Yeah, certainly.
But we still have
second and third place, not so much.
No. We do have some incredibly strong, talented female athletes still who could take that top time. I mean, so.
Among them, Candice Leach, I would think, who got all the way to the warp wall last year.
Absolutely. And Candice actually from a track and field background, super powerful legs and striding abilities. Let's see how takes on this first obstacle. Look.
Oh, wow, yeah, she's the first woman to try that. Only a couple have gone to the second step.
However, she is a taller competitor, and we've seen how that fares, but not looking to phase her here. She's making quick work. I'd like to also mention, sock game strong here.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Not sure what that one stands for, but awesome socks nonetheless.
Sporting a Marines shirt as well.
Oh no!
She didn't get a good pull, and she just slipped down the rope and hit right at the bottom.
Taller ninjas having a little trouble there on that rope swing, just not able to keep those knees up.
Eric Wolvox from Cleveland, Ohio, another super strong ninja.
I'm glad you said that last name, Alex, because I definitely would have struggled a bit.
He goes by Eric Wojo as well, if you want to shorten him up. I've seen him compete at a lot of competitions in Ohio and the Midwest, and do not underestimate this man. It is his first National Ninja League World Championship,
Wow.
but he is insanely strong.
Look at how shredded he is. He is lean right now.
I'm not sure if this is his first year doing ninja or not, but in any event, he has jumped right into being one of the top ninjas of the Midwest.
Yeah, absolutely, as he just dominated that obstacle there.
And now, oh, wow, this is interesting. He's actually not going for the beta breaker, going to unlock the second rope. That was close. But Michelle Warnke, the referee, right there in position. He disengages and crosses the plane with his full body.
Now on to Monstro swing. Alex had mentioned that he's a strong ninja. Let's see if he's able to connect.
I think he could go on this next swing.
Oh!
And I think he was ready to go and just let go a little too early with the left hand, and the right hand got caught.
Yeah, very similar to what happened to Ethan Swanson yesterday. He just generated too much swing on those first ones and just peeled as he went to make that transition.
Dave Kavanaugh of Boston, Massachusetts, one half of the ownership team of TA Fitness. We saw his wife, Jenny, compete earlier in the weekend. David, so dedicated to the sport. I know Greg has spent quite a few days in the walk-on line, but Dave has as well, 77 days total, he said.
Also known as King of the Walk-Ons. Let's hope he gets a call this year.
Agreed. Well, you don't need a call to compete in the NNL. You just need to sign up.
Absolutely.
That's what I love about the NNL, you know?
It's the best.
If you sign up, if you're confident in your abilities, you can be a ninja and you can take on this course.
Look at Dave just taking absolute charge of the first
you
obstacle.
have to qualify to be
That had to be one of the fastest times through that obstacle.
Yeah, you're right. That was about 8 seconds.
That was absolutely blazing.
I think that might be the very fastest, actually.
Wow.
Oh, and he skips the fourth rope. I think this is the fastest we've seen anyone on the Monstro swing.
Oh, man. Dave is absolutely going in right now. Dave wants this.
And you can hear the crowd getting behind him as he approaches the Monstro swing. 120-plus fails on this obstacle.
Oh, here he goes. I think he could get this. He
got it!
Yes!
First today, and you can...
What happened?
Huh?
Oh, no. He grabbed the top. Oh, no. Oh, what a shame. And as we had said earlier,
the cheering behind us that you can hear is from the team course. There was just a clear, but Dave Kavanaugh, I think he grabbed the cone.
On the top, yeah, he actually engaged the top with his fingers. And as we said earlier, because of the cone on the top, it makes it much easier for the judges to call that. Michelle saw it, had to call him out. It's unfortunate because he made the grab, but just couldn't get it.
This is his fourth NNL World Championship and the first time he will not be advancing to stage 2.
Man, he was looking so impressive through that, and I really feel like Dave could have cleared. But that's just how it is. Grab the top, and that's it.
Carson Voiles from West Haven, Utah. Certainly no stranger to getting to stage 2, although I believe this might be his first World Championship. For some reason, I don't have him on my run order.
He actually missed his flight yesterday due to snow conditions. Yeah,
that's right. I remember that now. I remember him sending me an email.
Looking good so far in the first obstacle.
And he's through. Okay, I cannot confirm this is his first World Championship.
Wow, he actually just unthreaded the entire rope from the entire
yeah, you're right.
apparatus.
He's going all the way to the rig. And he almost overswung.
Wow, that was an extremely impressive. I think we've only seen 1 or 2 competitors who have done that approach. Daniel Gill did it yesterday.
I think Jessie Lebryk, who is one of our clears, did that.
Yeah, very impressive technique. Because it takes, you have to have really good abilities on a rope to do that.
Carson now grabbing the nunchucks on the Monstro swing. Starting at the rig to shake.
Oh!
Got it, though.
Carson, immense grip
First clean
strength.
catch today.
Let's see
Gotta
how
get
he's
the dismount, and I thought he had the dismount. He's only got 40 seconds. Got the dismount. Don't step on black.
Yeah,
now.
just got to make sure you stay in that red.
Let's go.
We could have it. Let's
Careful
see this
that
here.
he doesn't step on black. He tries to get the long run up. Gets up to the rope. 27 seconds now. 25 as he dismounts. NNL glider. Nobody's failed this today. Or yesterday, excuse me.
Now taking
He immediately has to go on the shape escape. He's got to go. He's got to move. Hands and feet allowed. But look at the time. Only 13 seconds left. 12 seconds. And
Go.
the fail was hit, but he's still going.
He didn't actually touch.
Yeah, I don't think he touched.
Keep
He's
going.
got to move.
Timer's still active.
But I think he will have run out of time at this point. In any event, an impressive effort from Carson Voiles.
It was a very close call on the ground, whether or not he touched the floor on the balance. To me, it looked like he was okay. Drew gave him the okay, but Michelle called him out. I mean, she's got those laser-focused eyes, and she's been seeing it all day. I mean,
Drew Dreschel happened to be here in the booth, presumably to tell us something, and he's getting instruction. We just got the diagram
oh my
from
God.
Drew Dreschel. Not the first time I'm seeing it, but the first time you're seeing it.
Looks even harder.
And I was only getting like half of the time, and I figured that wasn't good enough. So I made it a little bit easier.
Wow. Yeah, so Alex and I are looking at the blueprints. Drew just actually handed them to us of what Monstro swing is originally supposed to look like. From the platform, the first set was actually supposed to be angled. So you would have been jumping to them at an angle, going to another set at the opposite angle. So imagine this obstacle has taken out so many competitors, and now originally it would have been even harder.
Wow.
So amazing.
I shudder to think of what would have happened.
Yeah.
Adam Rail is one of our one of the very top ninjas in the sport, but this is his first time competing at the NNL World Championship. Did qualify to be here last year, couldn't make it. Careful though on that third step, doing good.
Looking great so far.
Certainly one of the faster ninjas. He competes out of Phoenix, Arizona.
All right,
Good
let's
job.
see how he does here. Wiping his hands off on the rope. Taking his time now. We've seen a lot of the veteran ninjas who get here like to take a little bit of time. We saw Flip do it yesterday before he cleared. Let's see what Adam has here. Adam's super strong, so.
Wow, only went with one swing.
He made that look so easy, Alex. That was immensely impressive.
Oh, but the dismount he's struggling with, he could have gone there, I think, starting to use up a lot of time. He could have gone there. Why is he still hanging? Go. There we go. Very good. Michelle making sure he doesn't step back onto the mat.
He's a speed guy, so we know he could get to that back half of this with ease. So I think he wanted to really make sure he had that dismount. Now onto the NNL glider.
Safe. Onto shape escape. No gimme here. Under half that have attempted to have cleared it.
Yes!
Clears.
We might have a
26
clear here.
seconds on the glass spider. Just be careful of that truss. That's all you got to do. He has all kinds of time.
Wow.
Adam Rail is our fourth clear of the day.
Clears with absolute ease.
And he is fired up.
Wow, Adam really put in work on that course, made it look so easy. And it is not.
Flip had it.
That was immensely impressive by Adam Rail.
Oh, you know, we're going to have to. Oh, how about that? We were just debating it, who had the fastest clear time. Flip cleared with 1:30.92. Adam cleared with 1:30.94.
Wow.
But nevertheless, two impressive runs out of two super strong ninja veterans. And two names you may be less familiar with, Jessie Lebryk and Andrew Horner will be joining him in stage 2. And if this was stage 1, I shudder to think of what we're going to see then.
Yeah, I was talking about that last night with a few people. Like, imagine, like, this stage 1 is akin to a stage 2 as it is. So is our stage 2 going to almost be a stage 3? I mean, it's pretty tough.
Joshua Lewis from Port Charlotte, Florida. He is in a family of 8 that lived in an RV and traveled the U.S. for a year. So I'm
that's
sure
really
he's
cool.
gotten around to a couple ninja facilities. I would hope, anyway. Listed as my 300th runner, although I have 293 written down from Dictionary Corner.
Just taking a minute. He's going over some rules with Michelle, just making sure last minute, probably some beta questions.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, this is, we've said very much, this is a mental stage. There's,
So the question he's asking is if he can, once he engages the rope on the platform, lets go, could he re-grab the rope again?
interesting beta. I hope he clears the steps. I want to see what that's all about.
Yeah, I don't know if it's as much a beta question as it is just a potential not trying to fail question. In the
right,
event that
because
it
there's
happens.
no resetting.
Exactly.
But, I mean, if your feet never leave the platform, I guess it's not resetting anything, right?
No.
And he's through the steps. So we're about to find out what the strategy is.
Let's see if it makes a difference here.
Oh, because he used the first rope to move the second rope, I guess, was the strategy.
All right.
And he's
on to Monstro swing. I mean, we've now seen a couple athletes who, I mean, Carson got into it, Adam Rails got into it, so maybe they've opened up the door here.
Let's see. Oh, and Joshua went for one, and nobody has been able to catch one. That is such a hard drop, though, on a vertical grip. So I'm not sure we're going to see anyone clear with that strategy.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's almost near impossible. Like I said earlier, we only saw one competitor, and it wasn't intentional, but he was able to hang on to just one, but definitely not the game plan to go from.
Allison Greff from Canton, Michigan. She trains at Grips. The Ninja Gator, that's an interesting choice for a Michigan competitor, but I'm sure there's some meaning behind it.
Wonder if there's a Florida background or maybe had some alligators as pets maybe at some point.
Hey, you never know.
All right.
I have heard some...
Oh!
You know what? I was just about to say I've heard that Allison is a super strong female ninja, and that happened. I am shocked.
Yep, but...
Or super strong ninja, excuse me.
Yeah, as we've seen, though, even being strong...
Shouldn't put qualifiers on that.
And being really good does not matter today. I mean, this course is a definite equalizer. It's really putting everybody to the test. And up next, we have John Stevens.
From Morrisville, Pennsylvania, trains at Gravity Forge, and he loves scented candles.
John actually cleared city finals in American Ninja Warrior Season 10 out in Minnesota. So no stranger to difficult courses.
This is his first time competing at the NNL World Championships, although we've seen him for years crushing on the NNL circuit.
Absolutely. He has good grip strength, so I feel like he could get through this as long as he has good hand placement. That's the key. He's taking in some time, making sure he has what it takes here.
For the record, all of these athletes that clear will be competing in Stage 2 tomorrow, so they do get the day of rest.
Only to be fair, since competitors who competed yesterday.
Right. Oh, he almost had it. So close.
Oh, it was so close.
And you can see right there what we had been talking about earlier. Flip Rodriguez, the fastest time by 0.02 of a second. Obviously, that won't matter much so long as we get a Stage 2 Obstacle 1 clear. But, I mean, for as many clears as we've seen on Stage 1 Obstacle 1, anything is possible.
Shout out to Ninja Works. Imagine if we didn't have Ninja Works, something like that, how close of a call that is.
Right, exactly.
0.02 of a second.
Jackie Shafka, another Michigan ninja. She trains at Iron Grip. She's from Brighton, Michigan, and is a ninja mom of 3. They all love doing ninja together. I haven't checked too much on the kids' courses, so I don't know if her kids are competing here today or competed yesterday, or if they're here at all.
Figuring out the swiveling steps, looking good so far.
You know, I have seen a couple of her children before just from repping some competitions in Michigan.
Nice. Through the first obstacle. Looking super excited there, have gotten through, and should be. That's not an easy obstacle.
Now she's going to start on the first rope.
Checking those shoes.
I'm guessing she's going to then jump to the second because she can't reach the second. So presumably she's going to grab the first, maneuver the second.
Got to move that other rope.
And she's putting her feet on the second. So all that weight is now on the second rope, making it more difficult to move.
Ooh.
Although she is still on it, trying to clamp it with her feet.
Good recovery there. But now building that side swing. She's got to be careful. We've seen some people touching the truss as they move. Now in no man's land, if she can reach that. Oh, just not able to get to it.
You know, I don't know if she ever had a good leg lock.
Yeah, it's important to learn that J or S hook technique on the rope.
Kaitlin Espada from Simi Valley. This is her first season competing in the National Ninja League and is going to be one of the very last ninjas to run based off of the number of points she earned in the regular season.
Wow.
Although even in this wave, there's a huge disparity. These athletes, she has 36 points. We have athletes with as many as 100 points competing in a little bit, just to show you, the disparity between the very top ninjas and the top ninjas, at least in regular
points.
Season points.
Yeah, because it's important to note that points don't always mean the best. They could just also mean they've competed in the ton and gotten in the top 10 a bunch of times.
Kaitlin trying to get that back around. She was shaky on the second step, although she's through it. I am glad that we're seeing a lot more step clears. It seems like people are starting to get the hang of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy to see that too.
Kicks off, very good.
Oh man, this is risky. Putting all the weight on that one corner. But through.
But it works. Hey, whatever works, right?
Absolutely.
She is also in a start on the first rope. And might be going. She grabs a little lower. She could maybe do the beta breaker, but she's going to climb up.
Smart. If she had just tried to use arms at the beginning, we've seen how that's panned out. Not working out so well for other competitors earlier. Now trying to unhook that other rope, going really high now on the rope as moving that other rope. This is going to set her up for that awkward angle.
Oh, and she slipped a bunch when she grabbed that second rope.
Yeah, see, the issue being is that a lot of the competitors, as they switch that second rope, don't put their feet on the second rope, and their hands just go right down as they move over.
You can see there the women's leaderboard with just a few to go. Jessie Lebryk in position to join Drew Dreshel as the only athletes with 2 world championships.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely incredible.
Justin Cranmer from St. Louis, Missouri, trains at Ultimate Ninjas. Another walk-on veteran, spent 59 days total.
Whew. That is a lot of days.
I would spend no days, to be honest, but, not for everyone.
Nope.
Justin moving through the swivel steps and getting a little stuck here.
Yeah, he is a taller competitor, and we've seen how that affects some of the taller competitors on this obstacle. Now this third step gave him a little bit of trouble, but he figured it out. Looking smooth now. Great work.
Through the first obstacle, onto the jigsaw, doing the beta breaker. Greg would be happy to know that I'm saying it right today, and not the heart disease medicine. I was saying beta blocker all day.
Oh. That's too funny. Oh, no.
And he missed the jump. Couldn't get the right
Fumbled
one.
his right hand as he went to jump to it. Unfortunate, he just wasn't able to grab it there.
All right, it's been 300 runs. I think I can admit that for this one, I am completely biased. One of my best friends in the world, Philip Scott from Plymouth, Michigan, 9 years ago, showed up about 6 inches shorter, 100 pounds heavier at Movement Lab, failed the first obstacle. Came back the next year, failed the first obstacle. 9 years later, 8 years later, I guess, last year, beat the first stage at Ninja Quest.
Yep,
Such
he
a
did.
huge redemption run.
That was very
And the light
emotional
is-
run for sure for everybody in the building.
Oh, careful, careful, careful.
His right foot really close there at the bottom, but he's okay. A little shaken, but he's figuring it out.
There we go. Third step. Careful.
Whoa.
Don't pull too hard. And we said taller competitors at a disadvantage, 6'2", although he leans down to about 155 for this event. Strides the fourth one. Careful!
Oh my goodness, the whole step tipping, but he was able to correct it.
Great save. I can't imagine how he feels if I'm shaking here. And he strides very good.
Woo.
And Philip, super strong on vertical grips. That's most of what he trains. So he could easily be one of the very few to beat the Monstro swing.
Yeah, he's just got to control his breathing now and get rid of that shakiness.
Oh, super quick on the jigsaw. All right, he beat the first obstacle. At this point, I'm sure he's going to be happy with whatever happens.
Yep.
He's checking something.
Interesting. He looked like he was reaching to see if he could reach out to it. I'm wondering if he's thinking
what in
about
the
a
world?
static approach. This would be very interesting if that's what he's thinking.
And that's what he's going to do. He's
Oh.
going to try to static it.
He's
He's
gonna
going to
do
try
the
to static it. I am out of my seat, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's got it. Oh, my God. He's got the
Oh
second
my
one, but
goodness, he's the first one to try the static approach.
But the swing is awkward. The swing is awkward. He has the grab. Come on, Philip. He's right there at the platform. He's right there.
He does
got
it.
it. There he's go. Go.
Absolute beta break right there, as he's the first competitor all weekend to do the static approach.
18 seconds left. He is running out of time. 15 seconds. He has to go on shape escape. Goes down. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. He's got a slither.
Oh, no.
And you know what? I think he touched down in the middle. But you know what? Nothing to be ashamed of. That is going to end up being his best placement ever. And you can see the crowd is loving what just happened. A bow to the crowd and an applause from the commentary booth.
Wow.
What a run by Philip Scott, doing something that nobody thought of, even getting love from Drew.
Doing a little victory lap here as he goes on the spider walk.
Well, he's going to hit the buzzer well after the fail, but you know what? An awesome run from Philip. And that is, he has a smile on his face, and at the end of the day, that is what is going to matter.
He deserves to. I mean, look, that move he made. I mean, we said it earlier. After seeing Sean Darling-Hammond attempt that, it was definitely possible as long as you were somebody with a big wingspan. Definitely doable.
That was incredible. I'm sorry if I got into the camera shot on that.
I know for myself personally, with my wingspan, I would have definitely tried that approach because the big move like everybody else doing the Lachey is definitely a lot trickier. So if you have the wingspan, go for it. Definitely worth it.
Well, that certainly woke me up. Kieran Hart from Bergenfeld, New Jersey, a OCR crusher.
Yeah, Kieran definitely takes on a lot of OCR events. Recently had to take some time out of Ninja, had some pretty bad injuries to her leg.
Yeah, she actually was at Ninja Quest last year, but was unable to compete due to an injury. Believe she said she's a Spanish teacher by trade.
Yep. Taking down this first obstacle pretty nice so far. This third step, though, can be a little bit tricky.
Oh, she tried to stride the fourth one, but grabbed on the right, which caused it to spin. There we go. Very good.
Whoa! Almost tipped the first step there.
Come on, Kieran. Trust it, jump.
Got to make the jump here.
Oh,
That was so close. It was so close, but Michelle saw it and was definitely clear.
Michelle was right there. She'd know better than anyone.
Get it out.
Looks good. Lock those legs now.
She certainly had some experience on ropes and OCR events, I'm sure.
Next pull, next pull. Squeeze.
Squeezing
All right, finish
with
it
the
up.
legs.
Looking
Got the
good.
fourth rope onto the platform. Very good. Down to 55 seconds.
She goes, oh,
and
just
she
not
just couldn't
able
get
to
the
grab them off the
Jump
jump.
the left. She grabbed just a bit too low on the left hand, and that was ultimately what cost her.
Yep.
And we have just had 300 runs with 4 clears.
Wow. Well, I think you predicted earlier that we were only going to have 5 on the event. I said sub 10, but I mean, we still have some strong competitors still to go, so we could still get those clears.
I believe our next competitor should be Karl Gaul. I'm not familiar with what he looks like, so looks like there's an issue with Ninja Works still showing our previous competitor.
They said they were behind since flow. You know what? Is that Karl? Is that Karl?
While we have you stop down, we'd like to shout out the Ross Trevor Hotel. It is the place to be in Barbados where you can vacation in Ninja at the same time. We've talked extensively about the Barbados Ninja Throwdown coming up in May. Check them out at rosstrevor.com. Karl Gaul beginning now on the swivel steps. Little trouble, though.
Looks like he's muscling through them.
Trains at Ninja Nation down in Texas.
Wow. Looks strong through those. Leaning out, grabbing the next rope, going for that beta.
Boy Wonder, interesting nickname. For a grown man, anyway.
Woo.
He's got it, and not even looking at the Monstro swing, now facing his foe. 1:15 remaining, loads of time.
I think he's going to have to go for that lâché. I don't know if he's got the wingspan.
He has a 36 vertical and a 60-inch box jump.
Wow.
So he definitely has the hops, but not the grabs.
Difficult. Up next, we have Mike Ravert, extremely strong competitor out of the Boston area. Most trains at Action Athletics. I recently got a chance to compete with Mike out in the NCL in Australia.
He was one of 11 to get to stage 3, was he not?
Yeah, he really did an amazing job out there. He crushed the course and just had an unfortunate minor DQ on the first obstacle of that stage. But Mike is an absolute beast. I train with Mike pretty often, too, throughout the year. And this guy has immense power and grip endurance. His endurance is immense.
There's something wrong with the third step, I think. Is it stuck? We have 2 members of DGS working on that third step. Oh, you know what? It looks like some of the tape might have ripped. Yeah. Some of the tape got snagged.
Uh-oh. Well, not a big deal. It'll be fixed shortly, and we'll be right back. Unfortunately for Mike having to get a little iced up like that.
Stepping down and going to wipe down his hands to make sure they are clean for the Monstro swing. Mike's certainly one of the guys who can do it. 2 years ago, got to the ring slider in stage 2. That was a really difficult obstacle. I don't know if you remember, sort of reminiscent of an early ring jump. Required maneuvering a really heavy ring. So, should he get to stage 2, he's got to be one of the top guys to look out for. Although really that's true of anyone who gets to stage 2 on this course.
All right.
All the way to the flying spider last year. Starts on the swivel steps.
Mike looking good so far.
Oh,
no.
Wow! And you know what? They were just looking at that third step. He pulled it a little too hard and he fell.
Yeah. Can't blame the step for that one, though. Just a little technical flaw. Looked like when he twisted the step, just tapped down, so.
Taylor Johnson splits time between Foxborough, Massachusetts and Hamden, Connecticut, where she trains at New Era Ninjas. She is a Division I All-American for acrobatics and tumbling.
Wow.
Part of the New Era Ninja squad.
Yes, Tip. That was quick.
That was awesome.
She's quick. She could be one of the fastest times, and she's right on to the jigsaw.
Great time. Big pullback. One more. Match. Squeeze.
On to the second rope.
Lower.
Touches down, and that is going to be close to see if she is now in second place for the women.
Second place.
This is really good so far. That was really fast so far. She's one of our shorter female competitors, so this is a tough, a tough jump.
That was going to be an absolutely insane grab. That doesn't appear to have a very long wingspan, and that obstacle does require a very long wingspan.
Yeah, it's very wide reach. Up next, we have Caleb Bergstrom.
We were just talking about the Bergstroms.
Now,
Here's Caleb.
Caleb actually is still, I think, I don't know if he's now able to compete for American Ninja Warrior, but he's pretty young. I know he's tested in the past. He's super strong. Last year we saw him in Ninja Quest getting to stage 2, went out on the first obstacle, I believe, the Dipper.
Yes, he went out on the Dipper last year. He's going to do a quick wipe down. While he's doing that, he specifically wrote down that he is not a gymnast, despite what Grant says on the live stream.
Going to the second step. Made a quick turn there on the third one. Almost dabbed his toe, but manages to save it. Looking really good right now. He definitely has what it takes to clear, for sure.
He's through onto the Monstro swing. Here we go. Wiping off the hands on his shirt. He has loads of time.
Looks like loads of hand sweat, too.
I mean, I'd be feeling pretty sweaty if I was up there.
Yes!
Got it! And the wipe down worked. One of very few to catch this. Only about 10% have.
He's got to kill that wonky swing. Come on, Caleb.
He's got the right idea, though.
He's got more than enough time.
I think he could have gone there. I think this is going to be the dismount. He's got it directly up the 13.5-foot wall.
Looking similar to Adam Rail with the amount of time remaining.
He's onto the NNL glider. Tons of time. He can take his time here. 40 seconds.
We've seen numerous competitors now on this obstacle.
Oh, wow. No, he's safe. Hands and feet allowed as long as you do not touch the black, which he has not done.
Looking like he's doing some yoga poses right now as he makes his way through shape
And that is
escape.
the perk of having time. 28 seconds. He has not touched black as of this point. He is on to the last.
Yes!
And he is clear.
We can
20
have another
seconds
clear
to go.
here, as long as he can get through the spider.
And we said 5. We're about to get 5. Caleb Bergstrom.
Woo!
Our 5th.
There we go,
of the
another
tournament.
clear. Like I said before, Caleb was possible to clear this course, and he did it. Absolute beast. This kid is going places for sure in the ninja world. So happy to see that.
Getting some love from his ninja training family.
Wow, what an impressive run.
That was amazing to see, and that is the perks of having time, because we saw so many people try to walk this shape escape and fall
because they were rushing.
Because they were rushing because they didn't have time.
Yep.
He went down to his hands, and I think that's the beta on this obstacle. Have time and go slow.
Absolutely. And you know what's interesting, too, is you could actually see the third, I think it's the square rectangle in the middle, actually bottoms out. So you can use that to your advantage.
Did it bottom out?
Oh, yeah. It bottoms out. You can use that to your advantage. And he actually pressed down the triangle with his hands. It almost looked like he was doing some kind of a yoga pose before he moved forward. So the triangle, in my opinion, is the hardest one of the shape escape.
Jennifer Stefano from Edinburgh, Pennsylvania. She goes to Edinburgh University, where she studies early childhood education and deaf studies. Edinburgh, kind of near my hometown, actually. Well, she's struggling a little bit. She's trying to stride that second step. Oh, and she just lost it.
Just dabs
and
her
tapped
toe.
That is super unfortunate.
Happens, so plenty of competitors out on this obstacle, as you mentioned earlier. Well over 130 competitors have gone out on this obstacle.
Jonathan McKay Erickson is one of the coaches at Movement Lab Ohio in Columbus. He's from Galena. One of our youngest ninjas as well. I believe he's technically 17 right now, but the cutoff is March 31st. That is the...
and
he tapped his toe!
Oh, man, and he was trying to reposition his footing.
Super unfortunate. He had such a great season, but that is one of the worst ways to go out.
Super unfortunate, but it happens.
Brittany Durant from Sacramento. Oh, and you can see the... oh, you know what? We have a missed button press on Caleb, but we'll get that fixed. Brittany Durant is from Sacramento, California. She can turn her pinky around. For my sake, I hope she doesn't do it on the course.
Although I'd like to see it.
You can go ahead. I will keep my eyes closed.
I wonder how far. Is it like an owl's head?
Didn't say.
Let's see if she can turn these steps around. Oh, man.
She tried to turn it back around.
Just wasn't able to muster through. We've had now, that was 3 in a row on the first obstacle. So
Yeah, very true. After a clear, no less.
Let's hope that
Really
Rachel
sucking
Franz.
the energy out of the room.
Rachel Franz is a monster of a beast in Ninja. She is so strong. Super strong grip strength and endurance. So really looking forward to this run here.
She's from Buffalo and trains at Warrior Factory and Build-A-Machine Fitness. Struggling a little bit there.
Oh,
no!
no!
I thought she had it.
Oh, no. Another one out. That makes 4 in a row, unfortunately, on the first obstacle. It's really unfortunate. We need to see somebody get through this now. I mean, we had 1 clear there and then 4 in a row out on 1. I mean, this is just how this course likes to throw curveballs.
Down about to our last 20 or so runners. Rachel Goldstein got to the Flying Spider last year. One of the infamous Philly 4, I believe.
Fantastic 4.
Originally the Philly 4.
Yeah.
Then they went for the copyright infringement. Rachel, there we go. Perfect kickoff of the second step. Right idea. Really holding onto the top. Great strategy. Very good.
Take that second one out.
Going
Yes,
for the
stick
reach.
it out. Go, go, go. Legs up.
Big swing.
Come on.
Hung up. Thumbs up
Through.
from Louis Mosso, who was right there. Louis was the referee over at the Masters and Young Adults course yesterday, and Rachel could not grab onto the nunchucks, and we are still waiting on our first women to beat the third obstacle. It is certainly not a knock on them, but just a statement on how difficult that obstacle is. And we can see there that Kaitlin Bergstrom's run is under review. So we will have to see if that clear will stand. Looks like there was maybe some potential for touching on the shape escape.
All right, we
brings
have
us to Joe Capo.
Joe Capo up next. He's one of the head coaches at Center Court Ninja, I believe the Chatham location. Joe is an absolute beast.
A 17-year gymnast, was an NCAA gymnast.
Wow, that was really smooth.
Go, Joe.
You can see some of his
Baby, let's go, Joe.
New York Ninja compatriots rooting him on the sideline.
Really looking forward to seeing how Joe does on this course. Wow.
Great swing. He could probably go on this if he wants. And he did.
Oh, no!
He had it.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
the left nunchuck just slipped out from his hand.
It really looked like he had it. Like, he actually held it for a second before it just pulled right out on the left side. Oh, man, that's really unfortunate. Joe is one of those guys I pitted for a clear, too.
Capo Alexander. He's been around the ninja circuit for a number of years, made it all the way to the last obstacle of stage 2 last year, those extremely difficult nunchucks.
Or wingnuts.
Well, the nunchucks are in my head too, so.
Yeah, Kaye actually recently, but a few months ago, had an injury. I think broke his wrist and made an amazing recovery to come back to compete here today. I mean, that's impressive in that short span of time.
Yeah, he was worried that he was going to have to run this course one-handed, although it looks like he's getting the steps okay.
Looking great so far.
Trains down at ATP down in Florida, the Miami area. Kai with a big pull.
Looking
at the
great
fourth
so
row.
far through the ropes.
Incredibly strong ninja. He's through.
Let's see what he does here on the Monstro swing.
The Monstros are looking stable after the rope maze, though, so that is the jigsaw.
Yeah, Kaye's not a huge guy, and he didn't generate too much extra swing there, so that's good that they didn't generate extra swing. Although,
he's taking his time to think about it.
Maybe that hand taking the factor here.
And he's going to he is going to both nunchucks. I thought he was just going to one. And he's already got a crooked swing, and he's going to go to one just like Philip did.
Does he have the reach Philip
I
has
don't
a
know.
much bigger wingspan than Kaye does.
Philip is 6'2". Kaye is about my height, but he's good.
Oh!
And he slipped at the last moment.
So, you know, though, that's really interesting, though, Alex, is Kaye does not have a big wingspan.
You're
and
right.
Kaye was just able to do that. If I was the other ninjas on the sideline, I'd be questioning my technique for the next couple.
Which brings us to Jesse Wildman. You know that he's been watching a lot of these runners. He is extremely explosive. You can see Michelle.
Not so sure what's going on the sidelines.
Michelle. Oh, okay.
Oh, we're just going to...
Okay, we're having a break, I
We're-
guess.
We're just going to take a 10-minute break here as we ice Jesse Wildman, unfortunately.
Poor Jesse getting iced by his boss at Movement Lab Ohio.
How funny is that, the
Right.
irony?
Going to have a moment to discuss some beta, perhaps. We've just seen Kaye almost get the reach strategy that only Philip Scott today has been able to do, all weekend, rather. This gives us a moment, sure, to read about the Social Learning Center.
So the Social Learning Center, their website, sociallearningcenter.org. They are with helping adolescent children and adults struggling with anxiety, depression, executive functioning deficits, and or other social learning challenges. Also like to shout out the Ninja Babes. Check them out at theninjababes.com. Ninja Babes aims to unify female Ninja Warrior athletes to build strong community support and camaraderie. So a huge shout out to the Ninja Babes. And if you're here in person, you can go talk to Kara in person. She's over at the booth over in our vendor section. Go pick up some Ninja Babes merch.
I tell you what, I've been seeing long lines for merch all weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, it might be a little biased as one of the co-owners of Monstro holds along with Eric Totten, but to be honest, Alex, yesterday I opened the doors for our vendor booth at 7:15 when I got in, and I had quite a bit of a line already, and we actually sold out. We brought physical product to sell here. We had loads, I mean boxes upon boxes upon boxes of physical product, and we sold out within 3 hours.
Wow.
We sold out within the middle of wave 2.
Wow. That is insane.
So loving the support. I really appreciate the support from the community. Eric and I really strive to push to better the community, making everybody stronger through innovation in the holds. It's really important. This community is constantly growing and changing, and everybody's getting stronger. The only way to continue that is to make things harder. If we say this is what the limit is and we don't push that, who's going to get stronger? We don't know. So things like, I remember when we came out with the ultimate limit, I said it to Eric jokingly. We were sitting there having a conversation like, vertical limit's 1 centimeter. Well, what about a 1/4 centimeter? I mean, I've seen guys like Brett Sims like just holding on to sandpaper on the 2x4. So what's a 1/4 centimeter, right? So we did it. And we're like, oh, it's going to take a while for somebody. But now look, all of a sudden, people are leveling up. I've seen R.J. Roman doing pull-ups on the 1/4 centimeter. I've seen Brett Sims doing 1/4 centimeter pull-ups. So, I mean, it's definitely pushing the ninja community, getting stronger, and that's what it's all about. Also, again, like to shout out DGS.
They are our title sponsor for this event, and they put up these awesome rigs that you've been seeing all weekend. They've been working super hard since Tuesday, 12, 14-hour days to get everything set up. You can check all of their equipment out at gymsupply.com, or you can buy even this trussing that's available.
Definitely really nice. I'd also like to take another minute. We were talking about the Ross Trevor Hotel earlier, the Barbados Ninja Throwdown. That's actually coming up quite soon, and it's going to be an amazing event. It's such a cool venue. I mean, to get to go out to a nice tropical island, to experience the diversity and the culture out there in Barbados. Delano puts on an amazing event, and it's definitely something that you should think about, go check out. I think this year they're actually taking the top 15 athletes to...
Not only that,
Yeah.
top 15 males, top 15 females, and for the first time ever anywhere in the world, top 5 teens.
Oh, wow. So let's talk about an amazing venue to go to. Like I said, location, excellent. Hospitality there, incredible. and thanks to the Ross Trevor Hotel. And
that is ROSTREVOR. You can visit that at RossTrevorBarbados.com. That is ROSTREVOR Barbados.com.
Absolutely. Amazing competition out there. So
Yeah,
could have your opportunity to qualify for Season 5 World Championships out there. Why not kick it off right away?
Yeah, exactly. Get yourself nice and set for the next 9 months.
Nothing like qualifying early and then having to not worry about it for the rest of the season.
Right. We saw Darren Perez a moment ago. He was in second place at that event, and that's how he qualified to be here today.
And the other big international is, like I said earlier, is the NCL. The NCL this year was the first time that we had seen a top 15 qualifier of an international stance, it's a really good thing, right, Alex? I mean,
right.
Now we don't have to worry about stressing these international competitors to come to one event here to get their shot at qualifying. Now they have that chance to do it on their home turf beforehand.
And we've also seen in the past some competitions at True Function out in the United Kingdom. We were unable to have one this year because Dion was just moving to a huge, new, beautiful facility. We do still keep in touch with Dion, so hopefully we will have a top 15 out there as well. Would love to see some Brits here next year.
Yeah, I mean, it would also be awesome. Who knows where the next locations might be internationally. It'd be great to see the league to expand to new horizons.
We saw Germany and Japan represented out here. I had a chat with Jam, who was our German representative here today.
Yep.
And he said that the sport is growing rapidly in Germany and in Europe as a whole. I've been seeing a lot of gems online like, hey, what is this place? How do we get out to these people? I would love to see more, Europeans represented at this event.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe Perry could get that.
I'm sure Perry will hook us up, right?
Yeah, maybe he could get the contacts going. I mean, being the international ninja that he is.
Right. A lot of the international contacts we have are thanks to Perry.
Absolutely.
Who's done a really good job recruiting the internationals here. They competed yesterday, and it's so unfortunate that they were a victim of this brutal course.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of a mental aspect, too, because once, one person went, it was almost like a conga line at that point. It was almost like 8 or 9 competitors simultaneously back to back to back, just all went out on obstacle one. It has to be a big mental game.
Absolutely. We do have a quick stop down for, I think, a rules clarification. We were never really told why in the booth, but we were told that we were going to be on about a 5-minute break. For those of you just joining us, we are at the Excel Center in Hartford, Connecticut. This is the World Championships put on by Real Life Ninja Academy. Drew Dreschel designing this brutal course. And I actually just found Philip. I'm going to go send him congratulations, and we'll be back in just a moment. You can stay on mute if you want. All right. Real quick update for everyone watching. I do not have a reasoning, but we are going to be in a stop down for about 15 more minutes. So stay tight. We should be back at about 10:25 Eastern Standard Time here from Hartford. Again, a 15-minute stop down. Hopefully, Lucio and I will have some news for you on why we're being stopped down at that time. Okay. Welcome back to the 2019 World Championships presented by Real Life Ninja Academy. Alex Cunningham alongside Lucio Batista. We sincerely apologize for the lengthy delay as there was a rules discussion that we will get back to later because we're still getting official confirmation on what happened.
They also had to just do some quick tweaks on the ropes, which just need to be tightened from the jigsaw, so they were adjusting some technical course stuff as well, which is necessary. I mean, you have over like 300 competitors over 2 days on obstacles. They need to make sure things are structurally sound and make sure the safety of the athletes. So,
well, in any event, he's been waiting for half an hour or so. Here is Jesse Wildman, the ninja manager at Movement Lab Ohio, and a very strong ninja in his own right.
You may have recently heard he released a rap track.
Yeah.
The ninja rap is really good. Going for the second step.
Careful on that second step, though. Yeah, actually, I take that back. He got a very good grab on that second step.
Yeah.
I just always panic when somebody goes for, a big move.
He's a powerful guy, so big moves are in his wheelhouse. Looking really strong so far.
Pretty good? Perfect.
As long as he can go for the get through obstacle 3, I'm pegging him as a clear. He's got what it takes. He's really, really good athlete.
And he reset on the platform. That is a fail. Accidentally reset, and he is out of here. Wow, I am shocked.
He knew it right away as he did it, too. It was really unfortunate. Oh, man. Sometimes mental game, that was a mental error. It's really unfortunate, but it does happen to the best of us.
Kyle Soderman, our next athlete, no stranger to big moves last year, attempted a huge move on Bazooka Go.
Yeah, one of 4 competitors to attempt that move.
And unfortunately, just fell off to the side. So we'll see if he goes for a huge move here today. 2 years ago in his first World Championship, he got all the way to the pipe slider in stage 3.
Yep. And Kyle also received a call this year to compete out in L.A.
And on top of that, a episode winner on Ultimate Beastmaster.
Absolutely.
One of their final 4 in season 2.
A lot of people waiting to see how this run goes.
Certainly a common pick for a top contender.
As in course testing last year, he was obliterating everything he touched. I think he actually cleared the Minnesota qualifier in like under a minute.
Wow.
He's going to go for the static. He's going to go for the static approach, I feel like. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
I feel like he's jumping it. And oh no! You can see he had a huge obstacle academy contingent there who was hoping that he would grab it, but it just slipped from his grasp like it has for so many athletes. You see only 5 have defeated this course, and only, I believe, 16 out of about 150 have beaten the Monstro swing. Caleb Bergstrom's run is still under review as we have our number 1 seed on the male side from last season, Eli Chevalier, ended up clearing the first stage and getting to Cannon Crank. He's from Swanton, Vermont.
Yeah, our next 2 competitors, Eli and Conor Galavan, I was just recently training with them out at center court. Oh, no!
Oh, he grabbed the truss! That is a disqualification. Unbelievable, just had a huge head of steam, and the truss is right there, instinctively reached out for, and that's it. Which brings us to the aforementioned Conor Galavan, who last year timed out at Ghostbusters, which is the pole coming down from the wall. I believe he's the only person that failed that.
Wow.
Really, and he's a super strong ninja. Gotta be careful though. On to the jigsaw.
I've actually seen Conor lâcher.
Okay. He's safe. He is allowed to touch down and then go back.
I've seen him lâcher and catch cowbells.
Wow.
So if he can do that, I'm pretty sure.
And if you don't know what cowbells are, they're very fat grips.
Yeah, they're like 4-inch.
That have a very harsh slope. So If anyone can do this Monstro swing, you would think it'd be him, but we've seen so many top ninjas go down, and he didn't even get a chance to jump.
Oh, too much backswing pull. Just like what happened earlier to Easton Swanson. It's that too much of that swing. Oh, it's a killer.
Matt Van Brunt Shot of Canada runs the Double Dragon Ninja Warrior program. Last year, had the Jesse Wildman treatment of getting iced for quite a length of time. He was on the dip trip, and a support rope actually got caught around his neck. So there was about a 40-minute stop down while they fixed that for safety concerns. Got back up and failed it again.
Yeah.
So in any event, Matt Van Brunt Shot, an extremely strong ninja this year, leaving no doubt as one of the top ninjas, scoring 56 points in the regular season.
Oh, no.
Won several competitions. Michelle was there. We really couldn't see it. It was obstructed by her view. But no yellow flag out, and another close call on the third step.
He's looking really shaky here. He needs to calm down and control.
Much higher on that fourth step. There we go.
And he's through.
Crosses the plane.
I don't know about you, Alex, but that was giving me a little worry.
You and me both, for sure.
Can't stomach another top-level competitor like Eli going out on that. It's unfortunate. Oh, no!
Wow. He just couldn't get the grab. That is shocking. I know he does all kinds of unstable movements like that. I've seen him do nunchuck wing nuts. Perhaps they were sweaty, or I can't explain it. And now we kind of reach problem territory because we have our last 15 athletes. They've all been to the World Championships before, and only one has beaten stage 1 in the past. Lucio checking my work as we go to Nikki Parrilla. This is her second appearance. Originally from Pittsburgh, actually. Currently on the eastern side, training at Gravity Forge. And she holds she holds records for diving at Lehigh University. See a lot of gymnasts, not a lot of divers.
Maybe that's the new next thing.
I mean, we've seen water obstacles. Anything's possible, I guess.
What about a whole stage of just water obstacles?
Yes.
I can think of one person in the world who would want. Nikki having a little trouble on Jigsaw, was thinking to try to grab for the second rope. She couldn't quite get there. Now trying to unhook the second rope while holding the first.
There it goes.
Got the second. Got the foot clamp.
There, good clamp on those feet. Oh, gotta watch it, Truss. It was super close.
That was close. Gotta watch it again now.
Nope, no flag. No flag on the play, so still good.
And she's got it. Very good.
Very nice.
Down to 46 seconds. Will she be the first? No woman yet has beaten the Monstro swing. I think in this building we just saw the first over on the teen course.
Oh.
And she's one of many victims of the jump. Tough break for Nikki Parrilla.
We have a lot of really strong women coming through right now. It's just like one after the next.
Krista Caldwell from Westchester, PA. She trains at iCore Fitness. I mean, I've seen her do like handstands and stuff on Instagram, which is what I thought her description was going to be, but no, it's can make 3-leaf clover with tongue, flip it over, and do the wave with tongue.
Wow.
Sure?
That's a very interesting talent.
I mean, if you have to bite an obstacle, perhaps, sure. We will. I'm in love with you. I don't think that's going to translate to ninja success, but Krista is a pretty strong competitor. She's done a lot of competitions in our Northeast region.
Looking great on the steps right now.
Motoring through.
Crushing them.
And she's through the first obstacle.
She knows that time is of the essence to get to 3, so
right, very good.
Making quick work here is important.
She's climbing up the rope to get to the second, which will give her more leverage, but it will wear her out a little bit. Oh, she lost the rope. She's got it back, though.
Got to get those feet on that rope now.
Trying to unhook it, and she does.
There it goes.
Oh, but she's lost it now. And now she has two choices. Get a really huge swing or force the first rope.
She's gonna have
what
to
she's doing, climbing this rope. She's right there. Got to pull it. So close to that notch.
Got to embrace the drop.
There it is. She might have to climb up again, really turning this into a stage 4 obstacle almost.
We saw this happen earlier.
And now, but she's lost the second rope. Now going back, or lost the first rope, went back to it. And now she should, she tried to grasp it with her legs.
She's got to get a huge pull here.
If she clears this is going to be one of the best clears of the day.
Oh, no.
And now she's in no man's land.
What
a fight Krista Caldwell has put in as she's slowly starting to fall. You can see the grit on her face and finally just gives out. An incredible attempt by Krista Caldwell.
You see how important it is to really get that rope moved quickly and get in and out of that obstacle. Do not want to be hanging in jigsaw for a long time.
You can see the time to beat currently 21 seconds held by Jessie Lebryk. As of this juncture, she would be our female world champion as we see Katie Tennant next onto the course. Certainly a name I've seen around the Midwest quite a bit. She is from Grove City, Ohio. And the first time she got on an airplane, she skydived out of it.
Wow.
So that in the words of, I believe, Ron Burgundy, that escalated quickly.
Guess she really didn't like the airplane so much. You see that?
Onto the third step.
You see that technique?
Oh, did she not touch?
No, but
wow.
She had a really good technique. She used her foot on the outside of the step to pry it over. It was really good technique. See her trying it again here.
Yeah, using the outside of the step.
Really smart. Look at the technique.
Using quite a bit of time, though.
You know what? I don't remember them ever saying you couldn't sit on it.
Nope. Hands, feet, everything allowed. Takes out a lot of close judgment calls. On to the fourth step.
Wow. Great work there.
Almost to the finish.
Just one more movement now. Just got to be careful of that truss. It's right there. Much harder
As
to...
she is leaning forward quite a bit. Dismount. Oh! And she was that close to being an obstacle. Over half have failed today. Under half now because of the fifth wave, but still quite a fight as we see a fan favorite Julius Ferguson from Hamden, Connecticut.
Julius competed out in Minnesota last year, made it to the city finals, went out on obstacle 8.
Went all the way to obstacle 9 in last year's World Championship, known as Jules. Also released the first ever Ninja rap album.
Yep. I think he goes by The Black Jules is his rap name. Trains a lot with Drew Dreschel over at New Era. Super strong, talented athlete.
And you know they're going to have swivel steps after this.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he saved it. Incredible.
But there is a yellow
flag down, though. So this will be under review. And he has cleared it pending the video review. On to the swing of the jigsaw. Big swing. High on the second rope, which will make the dismount a little harder, but he's got it.
Let's see. I want to see if he goes for the static approach. He definitely could. He's got the reach for it, but I don't know if he's going to go static. I feel like he's going to go for the lache.
And now he's going backwards, not where you want to be. Looking maybe to jump to just that right nunchuck. We haven't seen that be successful yet. He did finally square up, but one of the many ninjas who got a good grab with the right but not with the left.
Absolutely.
Only 11 athletes remain on stage number 1. Should we mute?
Yeah, they're all here, all warming up.
All right, so we are on now to Casey Rothschild. Just 19, maybe 20. I know she was 19 when she competed on the show and was the youngest, female rookie to ever
complete a course. Yep.
Complete the city qualifiers. She was at last year's World Championship and failed the steps, so she's definitely made a huge improvement over 2018, and we will see if that pays off here today.
Yeah, I remember being there in person actually when she hit the buzzer on top of the warp wall, and the amount of excitement in the crowd, the energy. I think she was even amazed. It was quite the moment. So I'm excited to see what she puts together here.
And I believe she's one of the coaches at Action Athletics, is she not?
Absolutely. I think she also was doing a lot of training at Real Life Ninja Academy, too.
I know I've seen her at quite a bit of the New England competitions, oftentimes right at the very top of the female division. Big swing.
Nice.
Be careful, though. The truss is right there.
Sliding on the
And
rope
she's fine.
a bit, but she nails
26 seconds. That puts her into second place, or 24 seconds, excuse me. She is now in second place for the women.
Just like that, you can see how fast it can turn around.
And again, she can move into first place with a clear of the nunchucks. She's on it. She's got a great grab.
Wow, looking really
Come
strong.
on, Casey.
Oh.
You know what? She went a little early on the swing.
And
didn't have the distance.
And threw to the right side.
So with just 9 runners left in
we
stage
got some
1.
dancing. We got some dancing.
Sofia Oster's trying to stay loose on the starting line. We saw her boyfriend Jessie running just a bit ago. I'm sure a little bit of pride if she was able to beat him. From Fredericktown, Ohio, and she loves sheep.
Wow. I got to find out more about that, like just like sheep. It's pretty interesting.
It's Sophia. Yeah, it's not working on tablet.
And just getting, there we go. Just had to get a NinjaWorks correction. Of course, with so many courses going on, sometimes the Wi-Fi doesn't do what you want it to do, you know?
All right.
Sophia, one of the female crushers of the Midwest.
Yeah, we got to see here if we can get the female times. They're like getting split by hairs. So
Yeah, absolutely. I can see it on an opposite monitor. Jessie in first place, 21.2. Casey in second, 23.9. Tegan Rubel with 25.5. And Taylor Johnson just a tenth of a second behind in fourth. Barclay Stockett, who came into this wave in first place for the women, all the way down to fifth now. Just goes to show you the depth of this fifth wave.
wow, her hair's pretty long, swinging all over the place.
Certainly one of the ninjas with longer hair, that is for sure.
I'd be concerned of grabbing my own hair instead of the rope.
I know Jessie did a thing where he didn't get a haircut for a year. Oh, she skimmed the ground. Yellow flag out.
Flag is in play.
I thought maybe she skimmed the ground, but now she's got a...
Definitely knee skimmed, but it didn't really assist.
And well, that time for sure. So they went out in the same place. Which brings us to Sam O'Brien, the one name that I had mentioned that cleared the first stage previously. He fell at the salmon ladder in last year's World Championship. Sam is from Nolensville, Tennessee. His longest dead hang is 20-plus minutes.
Wow, that's really impressive.
I can dead hang for maybe 45 seconds. I don't know about you.
It's been a while since I've tested it. My last dead hang was like almost 7 minutes, but it's not something I train often.
Right. And here we go. Sam O'Brien onto the swivel steps. Careful now.
Interesting fashion approach there with the one-leg pant roll up.
Yeah, I wonder if that's strategy for the ropes, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Maybe.
Or,
As he
I guess
doesn't
not.
even use his...
What happened?
Oh, no.
So Michelle's saying that his foot skimmed. We may end up... He's saying that the rope was what skimmed. So that could lead us to a video review momentarily. But we will have to see. He is entitled to a video review. We have had several. So we'll see if he calls for one.
He should.
In the meantime, we have Danielle Malkin, another New Era Ninja Squad member.
Another strong female out of New Era.
Absolutely. Was one of our very top women last year as well.
When you train around the real-life ninja himself, you get strong.
From Wallingford, Connecticut. On the first step. Got to get it locked in, though.
Another
Last year got to the flying spider.
Another tall female competitor. Oh,
And I guess she skimmed the ground as she was trying to get the first step to move, and she's nodding her head yes. Joseph Meisner trains at Movement Lab New Jersey. I don't know if you've seen him do the upper body circuit there. There are about 9 or 10 upper body obstacles in this upper body cave that they have. He's done the whole lap without a break, twice going through.
I'm calling clear here, Alex.
He has been to the NNL World Championships 3 times before. He has failed the first stage 3 times.
He's overdue.
He is very overdue. One of the strongest and one of the youngest ninjas. I think maybe the youngest ninja. He was grandfathered in to the pro division at the age of 12 or 13.
Oh, man, he's really...
He's got to be careful.
Oh.
Hold on.
Man, I really, really want to see Joseph clear here, Alex. I mean, it's like I said,
You and a lot of people.
Long overdue. He is an absolute beast crusher on these obstacles.
Made the rope swing look easy. And I wonder if, because he's so strong, he's going to go for the static that only one person, Philip Scott, did earlier today. He's sizing up the right nunchuck. He might just be going right for that.
Do you know if he's 16?
No,
17?
he's squared up.
How old is he?
He's pretty young. I don't know his age off the top of my head. He's going to go for the regular jump, I think. And he does, and he almost had it! And he slipped off. I know that really a lot of people wanted to see him clear today, but just slipped out of his grasp, and he is yet another victim of the Monstro swing.
Man, really, really wanted to see him clear.
Caleb Bergstrom's run still under review. We hope to have more information for you before we go off the air.
I think, Alex, I think that Joseph actually has a Brett Sims complex where Brett has
so strong on stage 3.
Has
and
the ability to destroy the following
stage
stages, but just can't beat that previous stage.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Jane Greenbaum is one of our consistently top females across all 4 seasons. Only once, though, defeating the first obstacle back at Apex NorCal in Season 2. Hopefully she will be one of the very few, percentage-wise, to get past these swivel steps. Certainly the hardest first obstacle we've ever had.
Good save.
She's been competing with the adults since the age of 13, and I have no shame to... Dang it. I was just about to say that I have no shame to admit that she beat me in arm wrestling once, but... Another victim of the swivel steps. We are up to 144 now.
Wow.
Close race, though, between the swivel steps and Monstro swing because of this last wave.
Quite possibly the hardest first obstacle in the history of Ninja Warrior ever.
Maybe.
Just based on the number of fails.
Right. Certainly by the number of fails, maybe not by the percentage, but we have our Season 2 champion, Alyssa Beird. Last season, an unfortunate dismissal at the hands of the spinning log. Huge round of applause. She is a 4th grade teacher up in Massachusetts.
Certainly a crowd favorite as everybody is on their feet, ready to watch this run.
She is from Kingston, Massachusetts, trains at TA in Action. Her most inspiring ninja, her mom, Daria, who got 2nd place in the Masters.
That's amazing.
Daria was one of the athletes with 100 points in the Masters.
So she knows in order to
she's motoring.
She knows in order to get first place, she needs to beat Jessie Lebryk's time.
But she's got to turn. She was going so fast, and now she's caught in no man's land on the 4th step. Got to go. Got it. But because of the time, she just lost her chance to win on time alone.
Gonna have to rely on catching that nunchuck.
She was going so fast, yeah. Although, nope, that was at about 30-some seconds, so that means that she is out of the top 5. In order to get into the top 5 and essentially go into first place, she must defeat the Monstro swing, and she gets the grab. You know, if anyone can do it, it's her. First woman ever to beat stage 1 in Las Vegas.
Definitely looks like she's going for the throw. Oh.
And she had very little of a jump there, unfortunately. And that should put her into 7th place, perhaps. We do not see Alyssa's standing just yet in there. As we go on to Abby Clark, another extremely strong female ninja, down to just 3 females now, trying to beat Jessie Lebryk's time. In 2017, she got to the spinning log, obstacle 4, and in 2018, she got to the warp wall, obstacle 7. Getting some last-minute advice from Alyssa, who just ran.
Yeah, Abby's super, super strong.
From Holderness, New Hampshire. She was a collegiate gymnast and track and field athlete. She was also the 2015 balance beam national champion. So an incredibly strong gymnast. Certainly one that, if the third obstacle wasn't a giant killer, I would say probably looking at a stage 1 clear, but this is such a difficult stage. Only 5 athletes have beaten it. Although there is still some discussion about something.
Yeah, not quite so clear as to, we have a little bit of a break as Abby's waiting on the starting block.
Discussion here in the booth, trying to figure out something with our National Ninja League representative. Just want to thank all of the NNL reps, all of the volunteers who stepped up to help Real Life Ninja Academy last minute. You guys have really kept this event together, and we couldn't have done it without you. Looks like we're filling out a video review form. And we are ready to begin Abby Clark's run. Motoring through the steps, exactly what she has to do.
Oh, no!
And on the 4th one, she tried a bit of a shortcut.
Oh, no.
And that was so unfortunate that she slipped on the first obstacle. And now for Rachel Brown, one of the fan favorites to be sure, in a sport filled by huge characters and big names, perhaps one of the, if not the biggest fan favorite ninjas, is 16-year-old Rachel Brown. She was grandfathered into the professional division in season 1, competing at the age of only 13. The pride and joy of Team Nash, still looking for a big splash on the world scene. I take that back.
Did she
Actually,
take second place?
Yeah, I now that I said that, I just remember she took second place in 2017. But that was 2 years ago. It's been a while.
It's all right. I know my facts. I got your back.
Thank you. As she missed out on second place by just about a second. But now she's got tangled on the jigsaw. Just perhaps her stature not allowing her to make any bigger moves. And she's struggling.
She's looking good, though, still. Looking good. Just got to move those feet now over to the other rope, unless she's going to go all arms. Wow, good.
And she certainly can. She's insanely strong. I've seen her do a lot of stage 3 obstacles, but she slipped on the rope. Ah, so close.
Really good effort there by Rachel. She's our second to last female competitor.
Only our
Mei
regular
Ling
season
Huang.
champion, Mei Ling Huang. And I...
It's the first rerun. It's the first rerun of 6. First rerun of 6, and then the last 2 are Judas and
Sorry about the delay, just working on something here in the booth. All right, so we can finally explain what that stop down was about. We noticed that the shape escape was causing a lot of injuries yesterday. Because of that, there was a mat that was placed down under the shape escape that made the obstacle easier, and for that reason, it is unfair to allow athletes that attempted the harder version yesterday to not get a chance at the corrected obstacle. So for that reason, everyone who failed the shape escape yesterday is getting a rerun as we see Ethan Serpinant tried something new on the steps and unfortunately failed the steps. And per National Ninja League rules, it is the better of the two runs that counts. But that is so unfortunate. Just goes to show you the difficulty of the steps that someone who beat it yesterday ended up failing it.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate there.
So we don't exactly have a run order for this, but it is the athletes, again, just from yesterday, not that attempted today's version of the shape escape, just that attempted yesterday's version of the shape escape and failed it, are getting reruns. Lucas Gomes was one of them.
And this is a big deal. I mean, some of these athletes have what it takes to clear, and I really hope we get them to clear, because quite frankly, let's get more people onto stage 2. I really want more people into stage 2.
So, reminder, the better of the two runs will count. Just to be clear, there was a mat placed under the second half of the shape escape for the safety of the athletes that caused the shapes not to go down as far, making the obstacle easier. So again, because the obstacle was harder for athletes on Saturday, it is not fair to allow them.
No.
And Lucas is down the steps as well. This is unbelievable. They've been on this course. They know they can take their time, but two straight athletes have just rushed it. So now we are waiting on Ethan Farkas, who will be our next runner.
Yeah, and I called him as a clear yesterday. This guy is immensely strong. He's a V10 bouldering climber, and he just told me actually that he did his first 5:13 send the other day. That is amazing feat of climbing ability.
Can you explain what 513 means for rock climbing scrubs like myself?
Yeah, so there's a scale in climbing, and like a 5.6 would be very low on the scale, and 513 is very, very, very high. You know, like 514, 15 is higher, but 13 for a climber is very impressive. Ethan's grip is immense. You even saw yesterday when he grabbed on Monstro on the holds that he actually smiled as he did it. Vice-like grip strength. So as long as he can get through everything else again, I'm pegging him as a clear. Still think he can clear.
We just got word that Caleb Bergstrom's run is still under review as we see Ethan now walking up to the start line. So we have about 6 or 7 reruns, I believe. Again, it will be the better of the two runs that counts. So if they do fail before shape escape, as we saw the first two athletes doing, then it is the shape escape that counts. So here is Ethan Farkas.
He looks like he's half asleep. I think he might have just woken up.
Let's go, Ethan, you got it.
He said he just found out 10 minutes ago, so he seems a little shaken about it.
Michelle.
All right, sorry for the brief delay.
Looks like Ethan
Give him a little warm up. Give him a little
is having a chat with our president, Chris Wilczewski.
I think he got a little late warning of his status on the
I don't think he got
rerun.
a chance to warm up.
He literally looked like he was still sleeping when he went up to the starting block.
Conversation as well with our referee, Michelle Warnke. And that is, in fact, what's going to happen. He's going to be given some more time to warm up. He was alerted pretty late in the game that he would be receiving a rerun, and we're going to give him a little bit more chance to warm up. For those expecting our top 2 athletes, Judas Licciardello and Mei-Ling Huang, they earned the right to go last because of their status as the top 2 athletes of the season. And for that reason, we are going to make sure that they receive the honor of being the final runners on stage 1.
Did you just break 100 points?
Yes, 106.
Wow.
He actually had the most competitions attempted this season as well at 21. He pulled double duty a lot this season, where he'd go to a New England comp on Saturday and a Northeast comp on Sunday.
Very impressive. And he would usually place in both.
Yeah, exactly.
What a great season he had.
So there's some sort of Wi-Fi discrepancy, perhaps. Not totally sure what's going on here in the booth, but yeah, just a recap of what has happened so far today. 335 athletes have attempted this brutal course. 2 of them have attempted it twice, and we've seen 5 clears pending a review on Kaitlin Bergstrom. This is certainly unexpected. We were thinking, middle double digits for sure. I had written down 40, and we expected nothing like this. So that brings us to Austin Gray. Reminder from yesterday, he did not compete at last season's National Ninja League World Championship as he was donating a kidney to a lifelong friend.
Rocking the cotton candy hair.
Austin was one of many victims of Shape Escape yesterday.
Well, let's hope he can beat Obstacle 1 as it's taking out our other returning redemption runs. If I was these athletes, I would just take it nice and controlled, get through these obstacles, and get your redemption on the obstacle that took you out the day before.
The athletes will have a chance to do some redemption time after this wave ends. Actually, all athletes will get some redemption time across all divisions, so they'll get a chance to try some new techniques that they maybe didn't think of.
I actually missed Austin's run yesterday, so I'm glad I get to see him run today.
Certainly one of the stronger ninjas. A huge up-and-comer in the ninja community.
Wow.
And he catches Monstro swing for a second time.
That's impressive.
Exactly right.
Catching it twice, that's a feat.
So few athletes have caught it at all. And he's caught it twice now. On to the obstacle that we are not legally allowed to say. And we missed a button press, but we'll get that corrected. And an outlier. Here comes Shape Escape. It is redemption time for Austin Gray. 3, 4, 5, and he touched again.
Oh,
that
no.
left hand touched the black mat, and that is a disqualification for Austin Gray.
So
it was worth a
close.
shot. That close to being our 6th clear of stage 1.
Oh, no. It looked like he went to actually place his hand down on the red part of the obstacle, but mistakenly put it down on the black side pad, and he knew it instantly that he had made that mental error. And it's so unfortunate because for sure he was clearing that course at that point. I mean, what was left? Just the glass spider, and that was it.
And we've seen nobody fall on the glass spider, so.
No, I mean, ninjas at this point have that
Yeah, I mean,
obstacle.
if you can do the obstacles before this, you can definitely do a spider wall.
Yeah.
Are you? Okay, so just received word that it's everyone receiving a rerun on Shape Escape. Because I
think they're just
Phil
trying
Scott.
to be, they probably just want to be fair and to make sure that everybody who went out there, that it's an even chance at that.
Right. Matt Strollo now was one of the runs I called yesterday. Oh, a Naruto pose at the start.
Wow, he's going fast right now through this obstacle.
Oh, careful now. Actually wearing his
finalist
shirt. Getting ready for redemption time. Well, I don't think he expected an official redemption.
Yeah, he got an actual redemption.
Well, he was one of the first to catch this yesterday afternoon. Let's see if he can do it again. Getting a huge swing.
Wow.
Makes the catch. So, I mean, once we've done it once, I guess you can do it again. And I know we're going to see a lot of ninjas getting it on their second attempt in redemption time.
Looking really comfortable right now, sizing up his dismount. Oh.
Back around.
Woo!
Close.
Man,
Don't
that
touch
was
flag.
close. That was really close.
Wall, very good.
Will he get his redemption here?
Sliding on down. And here we go. It's shape escape time.
He's got 40 seconds left, so he's got plenty of time.
Thinking about it. Here we go. 32 seconds. Take your time, Matt. Take your time. Onto the triangle. This is the hardest one. Going for the platform.
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
it.
Here we go. He knows it. He can see it through.
And now he's doing a victory lap.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Matt Strollo,
We got
you
another
have
clear.
been redeemed.
There
Our
we
sixth
go.
clear of the day. Sixth clear of the tournament.
Those Gravity Forge guys, man, they have some incredible balance, let me tell you. They train some of the craziest balance obstacle course I've ever seen, and Strollo putting that to show there as he got his redemption on the obstacle that took him out yesterday, got his redemption, and now joins the other competitors moving on to stage 2.
And certainly a day for the underdog. Another Conor Classy chant from the entire crowd. There's a gigantic Action Athletics contingent here today who really wants to see their own do well.
Conor is a beast among beasts. He is a monster, and I really hope he gets his redemption and joins the others in stage 2. He really deserves it. I mean, if you look at his time from yesterday, he was on pace to actually take first place from Flip. So I think we could see it here. We might see a changing of the guard if Conor can clear. He's a fast competitor for sure. Here we go.
And here goes Conor Classy, certainly one of the strongest ninjas that you're going to see.
Looking great. So,
Close save
what
there.
a save! What a save!
No yellow flag out for Michelle, though. She was right there.
Wow, that was
and
close.
she knew better than anyone. And she just gave the signal over to the booth. It is good. Jigsaw, at this point, should not provide a challenge to these athletes that have done it before.
Claffey now going on to Monstro's swing. Let's see if he can also get his second throw to it. I mean, it's immensely impressive that athletes are catching
Oh, he's got to square back up,
twice.
though. Squares up. Oh, and he couldn't get the catch.
Wasn't
An
able to get it.
extremely difficult obstacle. He cleared it once, couldn't clear it on a second attempt. And, I mean, even if a review would be needed, the second run would be the one that stands. So Conor currently sitting in 7th place. You see we tentatively have 6 clears, but we still are reviewing Caleb Bergstrom's run. Obviously, with just Drew on review duty and 5 courses to review today, a lot to take care of there. So that brings us back to Carson Voiles from Utah.
Yeah, we saw earlier Carson really looking strong through the course, and just, I honestly couldn't even see the touch. Drew actually waved him okay. Michelle threw the flag, so it was like the timer stopped. So it was kind of tricky to even know where he touched or if he touched but.
Well, in any event, we're about to find out if he can clear Shape Escape.
He's got to clear obstacle 1.
And obstacle 3, yeah.
As we've seen a couple of our redemptions failing early, so.
Not that Jigsaw is necessarily a freebie.
but in comparison.
Right. Carson actually competed today because his flight got delayed.
Big send here, big send.
Oh, my goodness. That is one of the best sends we've seen today on the jigsaw.
Wow. Every time it's done, it's just so smooth.
I know Henry here in the booth was extremely impressed.
Carson going for it again.
And he's got it again, but he's really low with that left hand. He's got to be careful. He has got to be careful. Yeah. He does not have any wiggle room with that left hand. So he's got to be careful on the dismount, which I think he can. Oh, he could have got right there, I think.
Nice. Now onto the wall.
And he is up. Top of the wall is in play.
He's going to get that
47
redemption.
seconds on the NNL glider. And now it is judgment day for Carson Voiles.
Plenty of time, though, on the clock, Alex. He has so much time.
Oh, yeah.
Take his time here. Don't force it.
I don't know if he got a good step on that second one. Already shaky.
But he could press this down here. You could see it. It can go all the way down.
He's right there. He's got it.
Here we go.
No doubt about this one.
Clear.
Carson Voiles just a few feet away. Bingo.
There it is.
Touchdown. Carson Voiles with the extra point, and we've got 7.
We should have seen it earlier. We just saw it now, so I'm glad to see he got his redemption there.
All right. It is a known fact at this point that as nervous as Philip gets, sometimes I get more nervous than he does.
That's right, Alex.
And Drew Dreschel has decided to put me through the ringer today with a second run for Philip Scott, as everyone who failed Shape Escape is getting a rerun because of the...
Shout out to my baby girls.
That was Carson just giving a shout out there.
Very well. Philip Scott, if he could clear stage 1, being the very few to do so. Oh, sorry about that. Accidentally nicked the...
Philip falling backwards on the starting block. He's so nervous, so hopefully he can contain himself.
I know he's excited, though. Look at the big smile on his face.
It's definitely exciting.
And you know what? He told me, you know what, regardless of what happens today, he was going to go out there and have fun and enjoy it. And you know what? When do you ever get 2 runs? I know he listed Nagano, who as his most inspiring ninja, who once upon a time got a rerun to an obstacle malfunction. Oh no. Man. Rough go of it, but you know what? This goes to show you the difficulty of that first obstacle. And Philip Scott's first run will be his official run, and that will put him in the top 20 overall in this competition, the best result he's ever had at the NNL World Championships, and we will never forget his static on that Monstro swing. Ethan Farkas now.
Again, we were mentioning earlier, Ethan has insane grip strength.
And we're about to see it.
Wow, look at that split there, saving himself. He's also a bigger guy, so he could tip that if that was the case, but he got through it. Let's go, Ethan. Looking good right now.
Ethan was part of wave number 4 in his first NNL World Championship. He got to the cannon crank.
All right, can he muster it up to get a second clear of the very difficult Monstro swing? Yesterday he made this look like a joke, even smiling through it as he got on it. Can he make...
Oh, careful though, he got his arms crossed almost.
Oh my goodness, you see how strong his grip is? Even though his feet dab, he's so strong, he was holding that with one hand like it was a joke.
Amazing. And that is it for the reruns, I guess, because next on the course is our #1 female let me say that again. Next on the course is our #1 male of the season. I was looking right at Mei-Ling Huang. Didn't realize it was Judas Licciardello on the start line. Scoring 106 points in the regular
season. He's electrifying, and he's known to do some crazy stuff on courses. I don't know if a flyaway is possible on any of these obstacles, but I'm sure if there is one, Judas will figure out where to do it.
Was he the one that did the flyaway on the dipper last
Yes,
year?
he did. And if he did a flyaway off Monstro swing, this place would explode. But I think he should clear the course, right, Alex? I don't know if any flyaways are necessary today.
I know he's gonna try it on redemption time in just a minute.
Oh, absolutely. He'll probably try to do a flyaway and catch the Monstro swing. He's a monster, this guy. He does the craziest moves you could ever think of.
From Swedesboro, New Jersey, he is a third-generation auctioneer.
He's been waiting a long time to touch this course now.
He's watched about 340 or so runs before him. Last season, he got to the Flying Spider. The season before that, he got to the wall, which was the last obstacle of Stage 1 that year.
The energy in the room right now is impressive. I mean, we have headsets on. I could still hear the...
My heart is racing 1,000,000 miles per minute.
I know. I really want to see another clear here. Let's hope Judas can put it together. Whoa!
Careful, Judas.
Really
careful.
close as the foot almost dabbed on that one. But he's through. Judas rocking some nice socks. Talking about that sock game strong earlier. Judas joins the club. Nice big swing here. All right, this is his first time now taking this obstacle on. We just finished the redemption runs, who had seen multiple attempts, but this is his first attempt on this now. Oh, you saw actually as he grabbed, his hand was a little high and he touched the cone part, but because of how slippery it is, it pushed his hand back down.
And now, he got he got off center on his swing and almost grabbed it anyway. That would have been one of the best we've seen today.
Wow, he was looking really strong and almost saved it. All right, up next we have our final runner of the pro division, Mei-Ling Wang.
Like Cody Coppola and McKinley Pierce before her, running the anchor leg. On Sasuke, it is a huge honor to wear number 100 and be the last to run. And today, it is Mei-Ling Wang. There we go. She is from Portland, Oregon. And she may be slightly addicted to video games. I believe she's a snowboarder as well, is she not?
She was. I think actually competed in the X Games.
I thought. I didn't want to give her credit for competing in the X Games. And
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I'm like 85. Pretty sure.
In any event, she has been one of the surprises of the season. I was following the pro female leaderboard very closely throughout the season. It looked like a race maybe between Alyssa and Rachel Brown. And instead, Mei-Ling Wang coming back with 2 wins on the final 2 weeks of the season to secure that number 1 spot and 107 points, the most of any pro. And I would really love to see her at least beat the first obstacle. 145.
Oh, she's going for the stem approach.
Ended at the steps, and she's doing better. There we go. Close call on the windshield wiper. And she's clear.
The windshield wiper. I like it.
That's what we were calling yesterday. You know, the clacker with the...
Let's go, Mei-Ling. Nice.
On to Jigsaw.
Nice. Pulling right through. Her time's pretty good so far. Just a little bit of a stumble on the first obstacle. I think she still has to clear this, though.
Yes, she will have to clear this to be in the top 5 for the women. And what a moment that would be if the last woman is the first to beat this obstacle and to become world champion. It's down to this, and she couldn't get a grab. Mei-Ling Wang, one of so many today. I believe the final count will be 141 ninjas whose world championship ended at the Monstro swing. Thank you to Kyle Foley, who's been keeping track of the stats for us back in Ohio. Couldn't be here this weekend. And that's it.
Nope.
It is not it.
Actually, we have one more competitor who's actually just gotten word of a rerun.
All right, he's ready to go. One more runner.
They said that...
Oh, it's Sam O'Brien, of course.
He got called off on the ropes, but he didn't touch it.
He was called out on the ropes. It was Sam O'Brien. They reviewed it. He was clear of the platform, and for that reason, he will be receiving a second attempt due to an incorrect call on the course. We do have video review available for all athletes, and this was the singular one overturned by a video review this week.
Yeah, thankfully.
At least in the pro division.
Because he even said himself it wasn't his foot, that it was the rope, so thankfully he got that through.
Hopefully we don't have any...
I'm sure he'll make sure he's nice and high this time.
Yeah. I certainly want. There you go.
Yeah, he wasn't taking any chances there.
And hopefully we won't have to do another video review. I don't think anyone in the history of Ninja's gotten a third attempt.
Yeah, certainly not.
Still with that one pant leg rolled up.
Maybe he just gives him some extra air.
Little low on the left hand. I'm worried about the
Oh!
jump, and he was so close.
Just like Farkas did earlier, had the grip and just slipped right off on the one hand. Oh, he was looking so good.
Now we are done. Can we see the leaderboard live stream guy? These are your 7 singular clears. 332 athletes attempted this almost impossible stage 1. 7 athletes beating stage 1. Flip Rodriguez with the fastest time will be
look
last
at the top
runs.
3. Literally separated by hundredths of a second.
You're exactly right. That is incredible. Tomorrow's stage 2 run will be in reverse order. So Andrew Horner will go first, then Jessie Lucero, Caleb Bergstrom, if his review stands, Matt Strollo, Carson Voiles, Adam Rail, and finally Flip Rodriguez. If we could get the female leaderboard as well. These results are final. Jessie Lebryk, the first ever woman to win 2 world championships, having cleared the jigsaw in just 21 seconds. Casey Rothschild getting second place. Tegan Rubel, a huge surprise to those that may not be familiar with her, getting third place. Taylor Johnson fourth, a familiar name. Barclay Stockett, who was the leader going into Wave 5, going all the way down to fifth, but she will be receiving a trophy at tomorrow's awards ceremony. Alyssa Beird just on the bubble. And that brings us to the end of stage 1. Lucio, it has been a pleasure. I am glad that the microphone and the microphone in your headset didn't interfere with your beautiful mustache.
Yeah,
Best of luck
I'm glad
continuing to grow it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And again, just thank you again to all of our sponsors, DGS Ninja, Ninja Works, Monstro Holds, Ross Trevor Hotel, Ninja Babes, A1 Awards, the Social Learning Center, and all of the staff who have helped put this event on, and all of the volunteers who have made this possible. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for tuning in to all the viewers. Thank you so much, and we're tuning out.
We will be back at 8 a.m. for rules for stage 2. We will see you tomorrow morning from Excel Center. And take care. I did not think of a sign-off. Bye.
Bye.